201, Childhood Dream. Want to protect everyone. With the arrival of sunset, the four sat on the edge of the training ground, enjoying the beauty of the sunset. This day is so beautiful. Xiaomu sighed, his heart full of warmth and happiness. I hope to fight side by side with you in the future. Feng Ying showed his firm determination. Of course, we will become the strongest team. Taidu said excitedly. No matter what challenges there are in the future, we can face them together. Xiaoxiu encouraged with a smile. As night fell, the four people agreed with each other that no matter how difficult the road ahead was, friendship would be their strongest backing. In this quiet moment, Xiaomu knew that the bond between his partners was the biggest motivation for his pursuit of power. Xiaomu stood in the village training ground, the sun shining on the ground, bringing him a warm and comfortable feeling. After the fierce battles in the past few days, the pressure in his heart was finally released. Today's atmosphere seemed particularly relaxed, and Xiaomu decided to do some personal training. He closed his eyes and felt the air flow around him. Evil King's True Eye, start! Xiaomu whispered, with a faint blue light flashing in his left eye. When he opened his eyes again, the things around him became extremely clear, as if every detail was under his control. In training, he tried to combine the power of the Evil King's True Eye with ninjutsu. Water escape, water flow dance. As Xiaomu shouted, the water flow instantly sprayed out of his hands and danced flexibly in the air. He became more and more proficient in controlling water, and the water flow flashed in the sun, like a flowing gem. Great, keep working hard. He encouraged himself in his heart and focused more on training. At this moment, a crisp voice came from the side of the training ground. Xiaomu, so great! Are you training again? Xiaomu turned around and saw a new face. Her name is Chen Xing, a young female ninja from a small village. Chen Xing is petite, with short hair and a sunny smile on her face. Thank you, Chen Xing. Are you here to train too? Xiaomu asked. Yes, I want to improve my strength. Chen Xing smiled slightly, with a firm look in her eyes. Then let's train together. What ninjutsu are you good at? Xiaomu invited enthusiastically. Chen Xing nodded, I am good at illusions, which can help you exercise your consciousness during training. Great! Xiaomu said, feeling Chen Xing's enthusiasm and vitality. The two began to train in harmony. Chen Xing used illusion to try to distract Xiaomu, while Xiaomu focused on controlling the water flow and resisting the influence of illusion. Very good, stay focused. Chen Xing encouraged, his eyes full of praise. During the training, Xiaomu felt the power and potential of his new partner, and also realized the importance of cooperation. Chen Xing, your illusion is really powerful. Can you teach me some skills? Xiaomu asked. Of course, but it takes time to practice. Chen Xing smiled in response. As the day grew longer, after the training, the two sat on the edge of the training ground and shared their experiences. When I was a child, I dreamed of becoming an excellent ninja, but my village was always harassed by foreign enemies. Chen Xing said, with a hint of sadness in his voice. So you work harder? Xiaomu asked tentatively. Yes, I want to protect the people around me. Chen Xing nodded. 202, the Evil King's True Eyes are upgraded, and the power is stronger. Hearing Chen Xing's story, Xiaomu felt a resonance in his heart. Me too. Although I have great power, I hope to use it to protect my friends and the village. He shared his feelings frankly. Morning Star smiled slightly, then let's work together. Become a powerful ninja. Yes, we grow together. Xiaomu nodded confidently. As time went by, Xiaomu and Morning Star's friendship became deeper and deeper. They encouraged each other and made progress together. After the training that day, Xiaomu decided to take Morning Star to the market. Let's go, I'll treat you to delicious food. Xiaomu suggested. Great, I heard that the food here is great. Morningstar's eyes flashed with anticipation. Walking in the bustling market, the stalls around are full of all kinds of delicious food, which makes people salivate. Look, the barbecue over there looks really good. Xiaomu pointed to a barbecue stall, with excitement in his eyes. I like barbecue the most. Morningstar nodded. They walked to the barbecue stall. Xiaomu ordered a few skewers of delicious barbecue, and the aroma was fragrant. This tastes so good. Chen Xing took a bite and smiled with satisfaction. I think this barbecue smells so good too. Xiaomu responded happily. After eating the barbecue, they went to the dessert stand. The red bean buns here are very popular, you can't miss them. Xiaomu recommended to Chen Xing. Chen Xing nodded and stared at the red bean buns on the stall. I'll buy them, you wait. Xiaomu said, and walked up to the stall owner and ordered a few. The red bean buns were soft and sweet. Chen Xing took a bite and showed a look of surprise in her eyes. It's delicious. It's great. She said. It seems that we have a good taste. Xiaomu responded with a smile. After playing in the market, Xiaomu and Chen Xing returned to the training ground together. The two sat on the grass, and the afterglow of the sunset fell on them. Today is a really fulfilling day, thank you, Xiaomu. Chen Xing smiled warmly. I'm very happy too, and I look forward to more training and adventures in the future. Xiaomu responded with a smile. At this time, the partners returned to the training ground one after another. Chatting and laughing together, the atmosphere was relaxed and warm. Xiaomu, Chen Xing, where did you go just now? Xiao Shui asked mischievously. We went to the market and ate a lot of delicious food. Xiaomu replied. Take me with you next time. I want to go too. Taido interrupted. The laughter echoed in the training ground, and the starry sky at night became brighter and brighter. Xiaomu knew that the bond between his partners was deepening, and he was also growing in this journey. The acquaintance with Chen Xing made him see more possibilities and hope. He believed that no matter what difficulties he encountered on the road ahead, friendship would be his greatest source of strength. Xiaomu woke up in the morning light, and the sunlight poured into the room through the curtains, warm and soft. The communication with Chen Xing last night made him happy, and all kinds of beautiful moments emerged in his mind. He got up slowly, washed up, and walked outside, breathing fresh air and feeling the tranquility of the morning. The training ground was still so familiar, and Xiaomu decided to train for a while longer. Evil King's True Eye, activate. He whispered softly, and the blue light flashed in his left eye again. Everything around him became more vivid in his vision, as if everything was under his control. 203. Form a group, a competition between ninjutsu. Just then, Chen Xing came over with a sunny smile on his face. Good morning, Xiaomu. Has today's training started? Chen Xing asked, with expectation in his eyes. Good morning, Chen Xing. I just started, are you coming too? Xiaomu responded, with a warm feeling in his heart. Chen Xing nodded, of course. I want to improve my illusion ability. The two began to cooperate tacitly on the training ground. Xiaomu focused on controlling the elements, while Chen Xing used illusions to interfere with him. Very good, stay focused. Chen Xing kept encouraging Xiaomu, and gradually formed a tacit understanding. After a period of training, Chen Xing came up with a new idea. Xiaomu, can we organize a small 15-person friendly match and invite other partners to participate? This is a good idea. It can enhance mutual understanding. Xiaomu agreed. Then let's go find everyone. Chen Xing suggested. The two walked towards the center of the village together and met Taidu and Xiaoxiu on the way. Hey, what are you discussing? Taidu asked curiously. We want to organize a friendly match to enhance everyone's feelings. Xiaomu explained. I support it. Such an activity is so interesting. Xiaoxiu cheered. Then let's plan it together and find a suitable time and place. Taidu suggested. Several people began to discuss enthusiastically, and the atmosphere was pleasant and harmonious. After some preparation, they decided to hold a friendly match at the training ground on the weekend and invite more partners to participate. As the date approached, everyone's expectations became higher and higher, and the village was full of laughter. The day before the game, Xiaomu and Chen Xin decided to train in advance to prepare for the game. Let's make a training plan. Chen Xin said seriously. Good idea. I think we can combine our respective advantages and form a combat team. Xiaomu responded. After some discussion, they decided to conduct targeted training in the next period of time. Your illusion can disrupt the enemy at a critical moment, and my elemental attack can cause substantial damage. We can form a powerful combination. Xiaomu said excitedly. Yes, I also think such a combination will be very interesting. Chen Xin smiled and nodded. During the training, Xiaomu felt that the tacit understanding between him and Chen Xin was getting deeper and deeper. The mutual trust was gradually increasing, which made him look forward to the friendly match more. On the day of the game, the sun was shining and the air was filled with excitement. The partners arrived at the training ground one after another, with excited smiles on their faces. Today's game will definitely be exciting. Xiaoxiu said. We are well prepared and will definitely have an outstanding performance. Taidu was full of confidence. Xiaomu stood on the sidelines, watching everything, with 490 expectations in his heart. Chen Xin walked to his side. Are you ready? I'm ready, and I look forward to fighting with you. Xiaomu replied. The game started, and the partners were divided into several groups to compete. Xiaomu and Chen Xin were assigned to one group, facing another group of powerful opponents. Let's work together and take advantage of our advantages. Xiaomu said confidently. The atmosphere of the game became more and more tense, and the two sides launched a fierce confrontation. Chen Xin used illusions to make it difficult for the opponent to determine Xiaomu's position for a while. Xiaomu took the opportunity to use the water escape skill to quickly attack the enemy. The tacit cooperation of the two gradually gave them the upper hand. 204, Power Fusion, New Attack Method. Great, Xiaomu. We cooperated well. Chen Xin shouted. Yes, we will definitely win. Xiaomu responded, full of fighting spirit. After a fierce battle, Xiaomu and Chen Xin finally won the victory with their excellent cooperation. We won. Chen Xin cheered, with a bright smile on his face. Xiaomu was also very happy. This competition made me understand the importance of teamwork even more. Competitors gathered around, laughing and talking. The atmosphere was warm and harmonious. Your cooperation is really impeccable. Xiaoxiu exclaimed. I really hope there will be more opportunities like this. Taidu said. We will definitely have more games to enhance our understanding of each other. Chen Xin responded with a smile. At sunset, the partners gathered together to share the joy and gains of the game. Xiaomu felt the preciousness of this friendship and realized that the bond between partners was an important support for his own battle. No matter what happens in the future, I hope to fight with everyone. Xiaomu swore silently in his heart. The bond of friendship closely connects them, and this moment is the beginning of their common growth. In the early morning, the sun shone into the room through the curtains, and Xiaomu woke up in the warm glow. He stretched his body, his thoughts returned to last night's friendly match, and he was still excited. The game not only enhanced the feelings between partners, but also made him realize his own growth. What are your plans for today? He muttered to himself, thinking about the next training. Xiaomu decided to go to the training ground for a period of solitary practice. He found a quiet place under the tree and began to focus on his ninjutsu. Evil King's True Eye, start! He whispered, his left eye flashing with a faint blue light, and the whole world became clear in his eyes. Xiaomu closed his eyes and began to mobilize the chakra in his body, feeling the breath around him. Combining the evil king's true eye with the elements may form a stronger way of attack. This thought flashed in his mind. He combined water escape and wind escape to try to create a new ninjutsu. Water tornado! Xiaomu shouted, gathering powerful chakra in his hands, forming a rotating water tornado, and quickly rushed forward. What a strong water flow! He looked at the water flow in front of him, feeling extremely relieved. Just as he was immersed in the joy of success, Morning Star suddenly appeared beside him, looking at this scene in surprise. "What are you doing, Xiaomu?" Morning Star asked curiously, with a smile on his face. "I'm trying a new ninjutsu, and I want to combine water escape with wind escape," Xiaomu replied. "That's a great idea. Let me help you," Morning Star said, and began to use her illusion to try to assist Xiaomu's practice. "It will be more fun this way," Xiaomu replied with a smile. In the following time, Morning Star used illusion to distract the enemy, while Xiaomu used water tornado to attack continuously. "This cooperation is really good, we can complete more powerful ninjutsu together." Morning Star's voice was full of expectations. Their tacit understanding continued to deepen during training, and their cooperation became more and more fluent. After a period of hard work, Xiaomu successfully merged the power of water tornado and wind escape to form a new way of attack. 205, Zhujiang Water Tornado. Hope for the future. Great, Xiaomu. We should share this technique with other partners, Morning Star said. "That's right, we can form a small team and train together." Xiaomu nodded in agreement. They decided to call Taidu and Xiaoxiu to share this new skill together. After returning to the village, several people gathered together and enthusiastically discussed how to apply the new ninjutsu to actual combat. Taidu is always full of enthusiasm. He suggested, "We can do some simulated battles to see the effect of this ninjutsu." "That's a good idea. Let everyone participate," Xiaomu responded with a confident smile on his face. Several people began to warm up and prepare for an interesting combat practice. In the simulated battle, Xiaomu and Chen Xing cooperated frequently, and the combination of water tornado and illusion made it difficult for the opponent to react. "It's amazing, your cooperation is simply impeccable," Xiaoxiu praised on the side. "We will continue to work hard to let everyone participate," Chen Xing said proudly. After several rounds of fierce confrontation, the tacit understanding of the partners continued to improve, and the atmosphere became more and more harmonious. "Everyone, let's go eat something delicious together in the evening. Celebrate our progress," Taidu suggested. "Good idea. I know a good restaurant," Xiaoxiu agreed. So, several people decided to have dinner together in the evening, relax and enjoy a good time. In the evening, the partners gathered at the training ground and headed for the restaurant mentioned by Xiaoxiu. The restaurant was bustling and fragrant. After Xiaomu and his partners sat down, they began to order dishes. "I want this special ramen and stewed meat," Taidu said. "Xiaoxiu, what do you want to eat?" Chen Xing asked. "I want to try their seafood platter. I heard it tastes good," Xiaoxiu replied. "Then I'll order a salad to go with your seafood platter," Xiaomu said, feeling extremely happy. The delicacies were served one after another. While tasting the delicious food, the partners shared interesting things in training. "Do you know that Xiaomu created a new ninjutsu during training?" Chen Xing introduced proudly. "Really? Show us now," Taidu said. "Okay, I'll try." Xiaomu stood up, focused his attention, and used his chakra. Soon after, he used the water tornado again, and the whole restaurant was suddenly surrounded by exclamations. "That's amazing! You will definitely become a strong man." Xiaoxiu was full of admiration. "With your support, I will work harder," Xiaomu responded with a smile. As the night deepened, the partners chatted happily, and the joyful atmosphere filled the entire restaurant. This gathering made me feel the power of friendship. Xiaomu said with emotion. We will always be together, no matter what difficulties we encounter in the future. Chen Xing said. Yes, we are a team. Taidu echoed, and everyone responded in unison. In this warm moment, Xiaomu felt the deep friendship between partners. No matter how difficult the battle is, the bond in their hearts will become their greatest support. The sun shines through the leaves on the training ground, and the air is filled with the fragrance of grass. Xiaomu slowly opened his eyes in the morning light. Today is another day full of hope. He stretched and silently recited the recent training plan in his heart. I want to practice the new ninjutsu again. Xiaomu muttered to himself, his eyes firm. 206, let's spar and find a super ninja to fight. At breakfast, Xiaomu sat around a table with his friends in the village cafeteria. Chen Xing sat opposite him, looking happy, and was eagerly discussing the upcoming ninja games in the village. I heard that there will be many exciting events in this sports meeting. Xiaomu, are you going to participate? Chen Xing asked curiously. Of course. I want to try whether my ninjutsu can score in the game. Xiaomu replied with a smile, full of expectations for the upcoming game. Taidu interrupted, I don't want to lose to you, I will train hard. This competition is not just about strength, but also strategy. Xiao Shui interrupted, analyzing seriously. Yes, we can help each other in training. Xiaomu nodded in agreement. After breakfast, the partners began a new day of training. Xiaomu chose the edge of the training ground and prepared to continue to strengthen the use of water escape. Water escape is my strong point, I want to use it more freely. He silently said in his heart, and began to mobilize chakra. As the chakra continued to gather, the surrounding water began to be attracted by him, forming a small water ball. Water ball, launch! Xiaomu shouted loudly, and the water ball flew towards the target like an arrow. At this time, Chen Xing and Xiaoxiu also came over and prepared to carry out their training. Xiaomu, are you practicing water escape? I can help you increase resistance. Chen Xing suggested. Good idea. Xiaomu nodded in praise. Chen Xing began to perform her illusion, trying to interfere with Xiaomu's concentration. Let me see your concentration. She smiled mischievously. Faced with the sudden interference of illusion, Xiaomu quickly adjusted his mentality and tried to stay focused. I won't be disturbed by you. Xiaomu smiled and continued to release chakra. As time went on, Chen Xing's illusion gradually increased, and the formation of the water ball became more and more unstable. Look, the water ball is about to deform. Xiao Shui cheered for Xiaomu on the side. Hold on, Xiaomu. Taidu also joined in the cheering. With the encouragement of his companions, Xiaomu's will became more and more determined. I can do it! He shouted, with a strong belief in his heart. Finally, Xiaomu successfully launched the water ball, and the water ball hit the target accurately. Please give flowers. Great, Xiaomu. You did it. Chen Xing cheered. This training is really beneficial. Xiaomu panted slightly, with a smile on his face. Just as they were enjoying the joy of victory, a new challenge quietly arrived. A young ninja named He Feng walked into the training ground, with a strong body and a majestic demeanor. I heard that there are some excellent ninjas here, and I want to find someone to compete with. He Feng said confidently. 0. Xiaomu and his companions looked at each other, and they were all a little curious. Compete? Who do you want to compete with? Taidu asked, with a hint of tension in his voice. I want to compete with the ninja who uses water escape. He Feng pointed directly at Xiaomu, his eyes firm. Okay, I accept the challenge. Xiaomu did not hesitate, and his heart was full of fighting spirit. The training ground was quiet in an instant, and the companions gathered together, looking forward to this duel. He Feng and Xiaomu stood opposite each other. The atmosphere was tense and exciting. "Are you ready?" He Feng asked, with a hint of challenge in his tone. "You can start at any time." Xiaomu replied with a smile, and secretly made up his mind. 207, Water Escape Competition, attracting everyone's attention. With an order, the two sides began a fierce confrontation. Xiaomu immediately used water escape to try to attack with a water ball. He Feng dodged flexibly and launched his wind escape at the same time, trying to disperse the water ball. "Wind blade!" he shouted loudly, and the blade wind rushed towards the water ball. Xiaomu quickly adjusted the direction and turned the water ball into a water wall to resist the impact of the wind blade. This guy's reaction is so fast. He Feng was secretly shocked. Seeing this, Xiaomu decided to further strengthen the attack. Water tornado, launch! He mobilized his chakra with all his strength, forming a rotating water dragon and rushing towards He Feng. "Come on!" He Feng smiled slightly and used wind escape to try to resist the water tornado. The water flow and wind intertwined, forming a fierce elemental confrontation. "You really don't easy, keep going!" He Feng shouted, his fighting spirit rising. In the fierce battle, Xiaomu felt a new challenge and excitement. "This makes me want to break through myself even more." He ignited his fighting spirit and continued to attack. After a period of fierce confrontation, both sides were constantly adjusting their tactics, trying to find each other's weaknesses. Finally, Xiaomu cleverly used the flexibility of water and successfully forced He Feng into a corner. The flexibility of water flow can create unexpected results. Xiaomu thought in his heart. "I lost." He Feng finally raised his hand and smiled to admit defeat. The partners cheered for Xiaomu's performance, and the atmosphere was warm. "You are such a strong opponent, looking forward to fighting again next time," He Feng said with a sincere smile on his face. "Thank you, I also look forward to fighting again," Xiaomu smiled back. After the battle, the partners gathered around and began to discuss the details of the battle. "Xiaomu, your water tornado is really amazing," Chen Xing praised. "This challenge makes me feel the pressure, Xiaomu, it's great," Taidu also said, with admiration in his eyes. "We will make progress together and will be stronger in the future," Xiaomu responded. Under the warm sunshine, the partners' bond became deeper, and their hearts were more eager for future adventures and challenges. The sun was shining on the training ground, and Xiaomu was standing in a grass field with a focused expression. After the competition with He Feng, Xiaomu felt extremely excited. That battle not only allowed him to exercise his skills, but also inspired his passion for the road of ninja. "I must become stronger," Xiaomu swore secretly in his heart. At this time, the partners gathered together to discuss the upcoming ninja games. Chen Xing waved his arms and mentioned the events he wanted to participate in. "I want to sign up for the obstacle course and fighting competition." "What about you?" Xiaoxiu smiled and said lightly, "I want to participate in the medical competition and help other ninjas." Tetsudo pondered for a moment, then said, "I will participate in the strength competition and want to challenge myself." "I also want to participate in the water escape competition 4.4. Xiaomu said excitedly, full of expectations. This sports meeting is not only a contest of strength, but also a display of friendship. Day after day, the training of the partners continued to deepen, and the tacit understanding between each other became deeper. After a training session, Xiaomu and his partners decided to relax by the small river near the village. The water in this river is very clear, just right for practicing water escape, Xiaomu said. 208, the goal is clear. Everyone's belief is enhanced. Xiaoxiu shook her head beside her. We can take a break first, and the water escape training can be carried out later. Okay, let's play in the water. Morning Star immediately jumped into the river, splashing water. Xiaomu looked at her happy look, and his heart was filled with joy. Companions joined in one after another, playing and laughter kept echoing by the river. Xiaomu couldn't help but join them, and water droplets splashed in the sun, forming beautiful light and shadow. After a period of relaxation, the partners resumed training. Next, I will conduct intensive training in water escape. Xiaomu said. Morning Star encouraged, I'll help you. Xiaomu nodded, and began to adjust the chakra seriously, focusing on the use of water escape. Just then, a new figure appeared, attracting Xiaomu's attention. It was a thin young ninja wearing a cloak, named Blackwing. Blackwing is a ninja who recently transferred from another village. He is good at wind escape and has a silent and introverted personality. Hello, I'm Blackwing. He introduced himself softly, with a hint of shyness in his eyes. Welcome here, Blackwing. Xiaomu responded with a smile, if you need, you can train with us. Thank you, I'll consider it. Blackwing lowered his head, seeming a little uncomfortable. Seeing Blackwing's reaction, Xiaomu decided to take the initiative to contact and close the distance between them. I'm practicing water escape, maybe you can help me see my movements. Xiaomu invited. Blackwing raised his head slightly, with a flash of surprise in his eyes, I? Of course, you must have a strong observation ability. Xiaomu encouraged him. Under Xiaomu's leadership, Blackwing gradually put aside his concerns and participated in the training. His partners also showed him friendliness, and the atmosphere gradually became relaxed. As the training deepened, Xiaomu became more proficient in the mastery of water escape, and Blackwing also began to actively make suggestions. Your posture should be more relaxed, so that you can better control the chakra. Blackwing analyzed calmly. Thank you for your guidance, I will try. Xiaomu listened carefully. After the training, everyone sat by the river to rest, and the atmosphere became more harmonious. Blackwing, will you participate in the upcoming sports meeting? Chen Xing asked, his eyes full of curiosity. Blackwing shook his head, I am not ready yet. Come on, let's participate together. This will make you stronger. Taidu said enthusiastically. And participating in the sports meeting can enhance friendship, and everyone will work hard together. Zioxu agreed. After several rounds of encouragement, Blackwing finally smiled, I will consider it, thank you. Xiaomu was pleased to see the changes in Blackwing, and felt extremely satisfied. Friendship is the strongest power, let's cheer together. Xiaomu said excitedly, with hope in his eyes. After a period of training, the bond between the partners became deeper, and the addition of Blackwing made the team more complete. Everyone is working hard to improve themselves and prepare for the upcoming sports meeting. After a training session, Xiaomu and his partners sat around the campfire and shared their dreams. I want to be a strong ninja and protect the people I love. Chen Xing said with a firm look. I want to contribute to medical care and help more people. Zioxu responded. 209, New Ninja Report. Strong control. Taidu said with anticipation, I want to get good results in the power competition and prove my strength. I want to be a ninja who can control water. Xiaomu said proudly, full of hope. Blackwing listened to his companion's dreams, and a trace of yearning gradually ignited in his heart. I also want to become stronger and protect this village with you. Blackwing finally mustered up the courage to express his heart. Then let's work hard together. Xiaomu responded with a smile, his eyes flashing with enthusiasm. Under the starry sky, the companions made promises to each other, and their hearts were full of expectations for the future. This friendship will become their driving force to keep moving forward and accompany them on a higher journey. The morning sun shines through the treetops and sprinkles on the ground of the training ground. Xiaomu came here early, full of expectations. Today's training must go further, he said to himself, his voice firm. Since training with Blackwing, Xiaomyu feels that his water escape skills have improved significantly. However, he knows that he still has many shortcomings. He began to warm up, and physical training is the foundation that ninjas must have. Strength, speed, and endurance, all indispensable. Xiaomyu muttered while doing training. Just then, a new figure appeared at the edge of the training ground. That was a new ninja named Yanyu. Yanyu had long silver hair and deep blue eyes, giving people a mysterious feeling. Her background was quite special, coming from a family famous for water escape techniques. You are Xiaomyu, right? Yanyu smiled slightly, her voice was clear and moving. Yes, I am Xiaomyu. Are you a new ninja? He asked curiously. Yes, I just transferred to this village, hoping to find like-minded partners here. Yanyu was frank. Xiaomyu felt a sense of intimacy. Welcome to join. If you like, we can train together. Of course, I am very happy. A gleam flashed in Yanyu's eyes. The two began to conduct basic water escape techniques on the training ground. Yanyu's skills were very skillful, and Xiaomyu couldn't help but admire her. Your control ability is really amazing, can you teach me? Xiaomyu asked curiously. Sure. Yanyu nodded seriously and began to explain her training methods. Under her guidance, Xiaomyu gradually realized new techniques. Let the water flow naturally and control the release of chakra. Yanyu demonstrated patiently. Xiaomyu watched carefully and tried to imitate her movements. After several attempts, he finally succeeded in controlling a small stream of water. Well done, Xiaomyu. You are very talented. Yanyu said appreciatively. Thank you, Yanyu. Xiaomyu smiled happily. As the training progressed, Yanyu gradually integrated into this small group. Manos, her presence not only improved the quality of training, but also made the partners feel refreshed. After a day of training, the partners sat together and shared their experiences. I have a new understanding of the use of water escape, and Yanyu helped me a lot. Xiaomyu said with a smile. I also learned a lot. Yanyu replied modestly. Taider recognized her performance. Your skills are really amazing, welcome to join us. June 210, go all out for your dream. Chen Xing mentioned, we should participate in the sports meeting together to show our strength. Zioxu nodded in agreement, it will be more interesting to train and compete together. Yunyu's eyes flashed with hope, I am looking forward to fighting side by side with everyone. After a period of training, the relationship between the partners became closer. Xiaomyu gradually realized that friendship was an important force for him to become a powerful ninja. In order to further improve himself, Xiaomyu decided to do extra training after training. He found a quiet place and prepared to meditate to improve his chakra control ability. I must find my limit. He swore to himself, with a firm light flashing in his eyes. In meditation, Xiaomyu tried to eliminate external interference and focus on his inner feelings. Slowly, he felt the pulsation of chakra flowing in his body. Stay focused and control your emotions. He reminded himself repeatedly. After a period of meditation, Xiaomyu's chakra felt more and more stable. After finishing meditation, Xiaomyu returned to the training ground and saw his partners undergoing intensive training. I'm back! He shouted loudly, his face full of confidence. Morning Star ran over during training and asked with a smile, what are you doing? I meditated and felt that my chakra was more stable. Xiaomyu said proudly. Xiao Shui nodded with relief, that's great. Let's cheer together. Yanyu came over at this time, with curiosity in her eyes, how is the effect of meditation? Very good, I think it will help me go further in the use of water escape. Xiaomyu replied. If necessary, I can help you analyze your training data. Yanyu said seriously. The partners supported Yin Yu's proposal, and the atmosphere became pleasant. Then let's make a training plan together, Taidu suggested. After some discussion, everyone decided to make a detailed training plan. Xiaomu also actively participated in it and put forward many of his own ideas. In this process, Xiaomu deeply realized the importance of teamwork. The partners supported each other and encouraged each other to keep moving forward. As the day of the sports meeting was getting closer, the training became more intense. The partners were constantly challenging their limits every day to prepare for the competition. I must show my best at the sports meeting, Xiaomu said silently in his heart. As the day of the competition approached, the confidence of the partners gradually increased. Xiaomu understood that his efforts would eventually be rewarded. And in this process, the friendship and bond established will become the most precious treasure in his heart. The sun shone on the training ground, reflecting Xiaomu's firm figure. For my dream, I will go all out, he swore in his heart. The sun shines through the treetops on the training ground, and the air is filled with the freshness of morning dew. Xiaomu came here early to prepare for a day of training. Since he started working with Yin Yu, he felt that he had made significant progress in the use of water escape. Today I will go one step further. He secretly made up his mind and looked forward to it. Before the morning training began, Xiaomu reviewed the previous training content. Yin Yu's guidance made him understand many new skills. I need to practice higher-level water escape techniques, he thought. 211. Work hard. Go and shine. At this time, Xiaomu's partners arrived one after another. Good morning, Xiaomu. Chen Xing's voice was crisp and pleasant. Good morning. What are you going to train today? Xiaomu responded. We can try a new combination of skills, Chen Xing suggested. Taido came from the side and nodded in agreement. I think it's good too, let's see how everyone cooperates. Zioxu said softly, combination skills require tacit understanding, let's practice basic movements first. Xiaomu nodded seriously and began to warm up. While warming up, Xiaomu noticed that Yin Yu was concentrating on practicing. Her water escape technique was smooth and natural, as graceful as flowing water. Yin Yu, your movements are so beautiful, Xiaomu admired sincerely. Thank you, Xiaomu. The key to water escape is the resonance between the heart and water. Yin Yu smiled slightly. Xiaomu thought for a while, I also want to find that feeling. As the training deepened, the partners decided to split into two groups for confrontation practice. Xiaomu and Yin Yu formed a group, while Chen Xing and Taido were opponents. We need to cooperate tacitly to exert the greatest strength, Yin Yu reminded. I will work hard. Xiaomu was full of confidence. At the beginning of the confrontation practice, Chen Xing and Taido quickly took an offensive posture. Let me try. Morning Star took the lead in attacking and launched the wind style. Taido assisted at the side, ready to support at any time. Xiaomu took a deep breath and concentrated, water style, water gun. A stream of water suddenly spurted out, heading straight for Morning Star. Morning Star was startled and hurriedly dodged sideways. Yin Yu took the opportunity to use her own water style skills to create a water wall to resist Taido's attack. Good, Yin Yu! Xiaomu shouted excitedly. Keep the rhythm, we have to cooperate with each other, Yin Yu instructed calmly. In the following confrontation, Xiaomu and Yin Yu gradually found a tacit understanding. Their cooperation became more and more smooth, and the combination of water style and wind style put pressure on the opponent. These two people are really difficult. Morning Star sighed while dodging the attack. After a period of fierce fighting, Xiaomu and Yin Yu finally won. Great! Our cooperation is perfect, Xiaomu said. Request flowers. This is because you stay focused, Xiaomu. Yin Yu smiled slightly. After the training, the partners sat together to discuss the details of this confrontation. Our cooperation can be improved, especially the timing of transfer. Xiao Shui suggested. Tai Do nodded, yes, it must be seamless. Morning Star said, this training made me feel the power of the team. 0. Xiaomu listened to everyone's discussion. I think as long as everyone works together, we can shine brightly in the competition. Xiaomu encouraged. Yes, we must show our best at the sports meeting. Yen Yu also responded enthusiastically. In the discussion with his partners, Xiaomu realized that it was this tacit understanding and trust that made them stronger. With the continuous deepening of training, Xiaomu's skills gradually improved. He began to train higher-level water escape techniques. Water flow clone technique. Xiaomu tried to separate several streams of water, moving with his thoughts. Very good, Xiaomu. Yen Yu observed and gave guidance. However, Xiaomu often deviated when controlling the water flow. 212. Fight on. Meet the challenges of the future. Try again, keep your heart calm. Yen Yu encouraged patiently. After several attempts, Xiaomu finally succeeded in using the water flow clone technique freely. I did it! He cheered, his heart full of a sense of accomplishment. During this process, Xiaomu gradually realized a deeper level of water escape techniques. After the training that day, the partners gathered together for dinner. Today's training is really fulfilling. Chen Xing said happily. Taidu nodded in agreement, we are all making progress. Xiao Shui mentioned, I hope tomorrow's training will have a new breakthrough. Yen Yu smiled slightly, as long as we keep working hard, there will definitely be good results. Xiaomu felt a sense of unity that he had never felt before. For the dream, we will fight together. He said. The partners enjoyed this warm moment in laughter. Everyone has a common goal in their hearts, that is, to become a stronger ninja. As night fell, Xiaomu swore silently in his heart. No matter what difficulties I encounter, I will not give up. He said to himself, his eyes burning with fighting spirit. This firm belief drove him to keep moving forward and pursue his dream. Xiaomu stood on the training ground, the sun shining warmly through the treetops. Since the last competition, he has been confident in his water escape skills. However, he also felt that a new challenge was coming. At this time, a familiar voice came from behind. Xiaomu, are you ready for a new test? Yen Yu came with a smile. Yen Yu is a water escape ninja who is good at flexible water skills. She has a calm personality and often gives guidance when Xiaomu encounters difficulties. I think I'm ready. Xiaomu replied, but he was a little uneasy. I heard that your team will face strong people from other villages in the upcoming competition. Yen Yu said seriously. Yes, I know the competition will be fierce this time. Xiaomu nodded, his eyes firm. I think you need to be more familiar with the advanced skills of water escape to stand out in the competition. Yen Yu suggested. Xiaomu took a deep breath and was determined to meet the new challenge. I will work hard and will never let you down. He clenched his fists. In the next few days, Xiaomu began high-intensity training. He kept trying new water escape techniques to challenge his own limits. Every time he failed, he was not discouraged, but more focused. Water flow clone technique. With Xiaomu's roar, several streams of water instantly turned into multiple clones. Although the clones were not stable enough at first, he persisted until he could achieve perfect control. One night, Xiaomu was sweating profusely on the training ground. At this time, a new ninja came over. Hello, my name is Kinglan, and I am a wind ninja. Kinglan's voice was full of confidence. Kinglan has short black hair, fighting spirit flashing in his eyes, and a firm breath emanating from his body. Hello, Kinglan. Xiaomu responded in a friendly manner. I heard that you are about to participate in the competition. Can I join your training? Qinglan asked. Of course, I am happy to compete with you. Xiaomu said with a smile. The two began a friendly confrontation. 213, the date is approaching. The pressure is coming. Qinglan's wind escape technique is swift and powerful. Wind blade. He quickly released a gust of wind blades and rushed straight to Xiaomu. Water wall. Xiaomu reacted quickly and used water escape to resist. As time went by, Xiaomu found that Qinglan's wind escape technique formed a sharp contrast with his own water escape technique. Your wind escape technique is very strong and can produce unique effects with water escape technique. Xiaomu said. Thank you, I also see your potential. Qinglan responded with appreciation in his eyes. After the training, Xiaomu and Qinglan sat together and began to discuss their respective skills. The combination of water and wind can produce a powerful attack power. Qinglan suggested. I see, we can try a new combination of skills. Xiaomu's eyes flashed with inspiration. In the following training, Xiaomu and Qinglan continued to explore the cooperation between the two. Water surges and wind rolls. The two worked together to combine the power of water and wind to create a powerful water flow. All these efforts made Xiaomu more determined in his heart. As long as we work hard, we will definitely win the game, he said to Qinglan. However, the day of the competition was approaching, and Xiaomu felt a little pressure. I can't fail in the competition, I must win glory for my partners, he thought secretly. At this time, Chen Xing and Xiaoxu also joined the training. We are all working hard for the competition, Xiaomu. Chen Xing said with a smile. Xiaoxu nodded, yes, everyone cheers together, and we can definitely defeat any opponent. With the support of his partners, Xiaomu gradually let go of the pressure in his heart. The competition finally started a few days later. Xiaomu stood at the edge of the arena with his heart beating faster. He looked around and saw ninjas from different villages. The atmosphere was tense and fierce. This is my first time to participate in such a big competition, Xiaomu muttered to himself. It's okay, Xiaomu. Believe in your strength. Yen Yu encouraged him. The first opponent of the game was a ninja from a mountain village named Lai Huo. Lai Huo was good at lightning ninjutsu and had amazing power. Xiaomu took a deep breath and tried to keep himself calm. I must do my best. He silently made up his mind. As the game began, Lai Huo quickly attacked Xiaomu. Lightning shock. Lai Huo's technique was released instantly, and lightning struck like raindrops. Water shield. Xiaomu reacted immediately and mobilized water escape technique to form a defense. With the collision of lightning and water, a huge energy shock was generated instantly. Not bad, you reacted quickly, Lai Huo said approvingly. Xiaomu smiled slightly, but he became more and more nervous. I want to use my water escape to the extreme, he thought to himself. In the following battle, Xiaomu gradually took control of the situation with his flexible body movements and precise water escape skills. Water Dragon Bullet. He condensed the water into a dragon shape and rushed towards Lai Huo. Lai Huo was surprised and quickly adjusted his direction, trying to dodge. Come on, give me a full strength attack. Xiaomu was excited and continued to attack. The game was in full swing, and Xiaomu gradually found his own rhythm in this new challenge. He understood that only by persistence and hard work can he be invincible in the competition. I will win this game, Xiaomu told himself firmly, with a sharp gaze and moving forward courageously. Xiaomu stood in the center of the competition venue, full of expectations and tension. 214, Go all out. Escape the bondage of water. This game is not only a test of his strength, but also a proof of his growth. In the audience, the warm atmosphere made him feel invisible pressure. Come on, Xiaomu. Yen Yu waved in the distance, cheering for him. Xiaomu nodded slightly, took a deep breath, and tried to calm the tension in his heart. At this time, the referee loudly announced the start of the game, and Lei Huo rushed towards him quickly. Thunder slash! Thunder Huo's hands flashed with lightning, and the attack came straight. Xiaomu reacted quickly, mobilized the chakra in his body, and activated the water escape. Water wall! He waved his hand, and a water curtain formed in an instant, blocking the attack of Lei Huo. Not bad. Lei Huo smiled slightly, and a trace of appreciation flashed in his eyes. Xiaomu knew that he must not take it lightly. Lei Huo's speed and strength are very strong, I must deal with it carefully. He thought. Water Dragon Bomb. Xiaomu condensed the water again, forming a water dragon, and rushed towards Lei Huo. Come on! Lei Huo showed decisiveness, crossed his hands, and prepared to counterattack. Thunder Defense. With his roar, the electric current surrounded him, forming a layer of protection. The water dragon and thunder and lightning collided in the air, making a deafening roar. Xiaomu felt the powerful shock wave coming, and his heart tightened, but he did not retreat. I must not lose. He gritted his teeth and forced himself to concentrate. As the game continued, Xiaomu gradually adapted to the rhythm. Water flow clone technique. He created multiple water clones and surrounded Lei Huo. Want to distract my attention? Lei Huo was unyielding, and his body flashed, trying to avoid it. The water clones attacked Lei Huo at the same time, but Lei Huo's reaction was quite fast. Lightning shock. He mobilized chakra, released a strong electric current, and shattered Xiaomu's water clone. Xiaomu saw this scene, and his heart was shocked, realizing the urgency of the situation. I need to change tactics. He thought quickly. Water surges and wind rolls. Xiaomu mobilized the combination of water and wind to form a powerful vortex. What is this? Lei Huo was stunned by the sudden attack. The water flow and wind force intertwined to form a huge attraction. Seize the opportunity. Xiaomu's heart moved, and he quickly rushed towards Lei Huo. Water tornado. With his roar, a huge water tornado instantly rushed towards Lei Huo. Lei Huo realized that the situation was not good and retreated quickly. However, Xiaomu's attack could no longer be stopped. Retreat quickly! He shouted in his heart, and the powerful water flow surrounded Lei Huo. Lei Huo tried his best to escape, but was eventually swallowed by the water flow. I won this game! Xiaomu shouted. The audience burst into warm applause, and Yin Yu jumped up happily. However, the game was not over yet, and the next challenge came. Next is the second round of the game. The referee's voice sounded with a sense of urgency. Xiaomu was alert and quickly adjusted his state, Manios. This game made me understand that strength is never limited to this. He thought. Just then, another ninja the man stepped forward, tall and imposing. His name is Feng Ren, a strong man from Feng village, famous for his wind escape. I heard that you are very powerful. I look forward to fighting with you. Feng Ren looked provocative. I won't let you down. Xiaomu responded firmly to Jun. The game started again, and Xiaomu secretly became more vigilant. 215. Confrontation between wind and water. Use the environment to fight. Feng Ren's wind escape skills are very superb, and every attack he makes carries strong power. Wind slash. The blade in Feng Ren's hand swung with the power of the wind, and the attack was swift and precise. Natsuki quickly mobilized the water flow to form a defense. Water wall. He tried his best to gather the water flow and block the wind blade's attack. However, the attack of the wind blade did not stop. Storm vortex. He gathered the chakra in his hand to form a huge vortex and rushed towards Natsuki. Xiaomu looked solemn, knowing that he had to find an opportunity to fight back. Water dragon bomb. He gathered his strength again and tried to fight back. However, the attack power of the wind blade was enough to tear the water flow, and the water dragon bullet was instantly torn to pieces by the wind 490 storm. Damn it! Xiaomu was anxious. He realized that he had to be more flexible and find loopholes. The confrontation between wind and water requires making good use of the environment. He began to think about countermeasures. Natsuki took advantage of the environment of the venue and quickly retreated, looking for the wind blade's weakness. Are you going to run away? Feng Ren smiled coldly and continued to approach. It's not about running away, it's about looking for opportunities. Xiaomu thought silently in his heart. He quickly guided the water to the surrounding land, forming a hidden water channel. Water flow palm, Phi, control technique. Xiaomu cleverly used the terrain to create a water flow. What are you doing? Feng Ren stared ahead in confusion. At this moment, the water flow burst out instantly and rushed towards the wind blade. What is this? The wind blade was hit by the sudden water flow and instantly lost its balance. Water spout. Natsuki took the opportunity to launch an attack, trying to draw the wind blade into the current. Damn it! Feng Ren tried his best to mobilize chakra to fight back. The forces of the two intertwined in the air, forming an earth-shattering confrontation. I can never lose. Xiaomu shouted in his heart, feeling the strong fluctuations of chakra. At this moment, the wind blade's counterattack successfully dispersed the water flow, and the strong wind dispersed Natsuki's attack. Water spout. Natsuki quickly adjusted and prepared to attack again. After several rounds of confrontation, Xiaomu gradually adapted to the attack mode of the wind blade. He began to focus on finding loopholes and preparing to counterattack. Water clone technique. He once again created multiple water clones in an attempt to distract Feng Ren. Do you want to use this little trick to confuse me? Feng Ren sneered, waving the wind blade in his hand, until he was separated from the water. However, Natsuki's true intention does not stop there. Water flow impact. He launched a sudden attack from the side, trying to break the wind blade's defense. Feng Ren looked surprised, then turned around to fight back. But this time, Xiaomu was fully prepared. Water surges wind scroll. He combined the water flow with the wind to form a powerful vortex, and attacked the wind blade again. It's time to end. Xiaomu thought silently in his heart and mobilized all his strength. The strong current and wind are intertwined, and the impact is extremely powerful. I must not lose. He rushed forward, trying hard to pursue the hope of victory. The competition became more and more intense, and Xiaomu showed unparalleled determination in the face of powerful opponents. He believes that only persistence and hard work can lead to victory in this stormy challenge. Sunlight shone on the ground through the gaps in the leaves. Xiaomu sat quietly in a corner of the training ground, folding his hands on his knees, closing his eyes and concentrating. 216. The combination of ice and water. Unexpected effect. After the baptism of the last game, he has a deeper understanding of his own strength. At this moment, a sound of brisk footsteps came from beside him, interrupting his thoughts. Hey, Xiaomu! A clear voice came. Xiaomu opened his eyes and saw Xiaoxu standing in front of him. Xiaoxu is a ninja in Konoha village. She is good at using ice escape. She has a lively and cheerful personality and brings a lot of laughter to people around her. The recent games have made my heart surge. You are so awesome! Xiaoxu said, with admiration shining in her eyes. Thank you, Xiaoxu. Xiaomu smiled slightly, feeling warm in his heart. I heard that there will be a new challenge competition next. Do you plan to participate? Xiaoxu approached and asked. Xiaomu nodded, his eyes becoming firm. Of course, challenges are always part of growth. Xiaoxu nodded, then I also want to participate, let's work hard together. Xiaomu silently sighed in his heart that it was his greatest luck to have such a partner. By the way, I would like to ask you some ice escape techniques. Xiaomu changed the subject, hoping to improve his abilities. Xiaoxiu smiled brightly, "No problem, Xiaomu. We can train together." After the two made an agreement, they started training. Xiaoxiu gradually showed her ice escape skills to Xiaomu, and Xiaomu used the water flow to cooperate with it, and try to find the point of fit between the two. This combination will produce unexpected effects, Xiaoxiu said while demonstrating, and the ice and snow shone in the sun, like white flowers. As the training deepened, Xiaomu gradually felt the wonderful fusion of water and ice. "Try this," Xiaoxiu commanded. Xiaomu adjusted his mentality and tried to guide the chakra to his hands, instantly generating a ball of water beads. "Water dragon technique!" he shouted, and the water flow meandered in the air. "Ice blade!" Xiaoxiu performed ice escape from the side, quickly turning the water flow into an ice blade. "Very good, a perfect combination!" Xiaoxiu exclaimed in surprise, with a sense of accomplishment on her face. As time went on, the two cooperated more and more tacitly, and the training gradually became easier. "This feels really good," Xiaomu said, and he was full of pride when he saw the combination of ice and water flying in the air. Just then, a burly ninja came over. "Request flowers." His name is Lei Shi, a powerful ninja from another village, with a strong lightning escape ability and a calm and serious personality. "Are you training here?" Lei Shi asked in a low voice with a serious look. "Yes, we are training the combination of ice and water," Xiaomu answered. "The combination of ice and water." Lei Shi smiled slightly, with a hint of approval in his eyes. "This is a skill with great potential, which can produce unexpected effects in battle." 0. Xiaomu looked delighted. "Do you think this skill has hope?" "Of course, but to fully master it, it requires constant practice and training," Lei Shi said solemnly. "Do you have any suggestions?" Xiaomu asked eagerly. "Hone your skills through fighting. In actual combat, you can find your shortcomings and grow under pressure," Lei Shi suggested seriously. "Good idea, I will definitely try it." Xiaomu nodded gratefully. "Besides, I heard that there will be a new challenge next week, and many strong people will participate," Lei Shi added, with a bit of excitement in his tone. 217, Black Ninja. People from the Hidden Rain Village. Xiaomu was shocked. The challenge was a great opportunity for him to show himself. "I will definitely participate," Xiaomu responded firmly. "I want to try it too." Xiao Shui's eyes flashed with anticipation. "Then let's work hard together and strive to get good results in the competition," Lei Shi encouraged. After the training, Xiaomu and Xiao Shui agreed to train again, while Lei Shi went to prepare for the next game. 490. Xiaomu swore in his heart that he would never let this opportunity go to waste. Back home, Xiaomu sat in front of the window, looking at the starry sky, thinking about the upcoming challenge. This game will be a real test, and he must constantly improve his abilities. In his dream, he saw himself waving the combination of water and ice and snow in the game, surrounded by endless applause. "I will definitely succeed," Xiaomu said silently in his heart, with a determined light flashing in his eyes. Time flies, the day of the competition is approaching, and the village begins to be filled with a tense atmosphere. Many ninjas gathered to prepare for this grand challenge. Xiaomu's heart was full of expectations and tension. He knew that this was his stage. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow, and this time, he must not miss it. The morning sun shines through the curtains into Xiaomu's room, warm and bright. He opened his eyes, full of expectations. Today is the day of the challenge. Xiaomu is extremely excited. He quickly washed up and put on his ninja clothes. The mirror reflected a young man full of fighting spirit. "I must go all out today," Xiaomu said to himself in the mirror, with a smile on his lips. Walking out of the house, the atmosphere in the village became more and more enthusiastic, and the surrounding ninjas gathered towards the venue of the challenge. Xiaomu followed the flow of people, secretly recalling the training during this period of time. The combination of ice and water training with Xiaoxiu gave him a lot of gains, and Lei Shi's advice made him full of confidence in the challenge. On the way, he met a long-lost friend, Xiao Feng. Xiao Feng is a ninja who focuses on wind escape, with an easygoing personality and good communication skills. He can always use humorous words to ease the tension around him. "Hey, Xiaomu. Are you ready for the challenge?" Xiao Feng waved at him with a sunny smile on his face. "Of course. I will do my best," Xiaomu replied, with a surge of fighting spirit in his heart. "I heard that the opponent this time is very strong, especially the ninja from the Hidden Rain village, whose water escape skills are very powerful." Xiao Feng continued, with a nervous look in his eyes. "Really? I must be careful." Xiaomu secretly remembered this information. The two chatted all the way and finally arrived at the venue of the challenge. The atmosphere at the venue was extraordinary, the audience cheered one after another, and the ninjas warmed up and prepared for the next duel. Xiaomu patrolled the sidelines and felt nervous. At this moment, a 4.4-meter tall figure caught his attention. The ninja was wrapped in a black ninja uniform, with a firm and cold look in his eyes. His name was Yu Linear, from the Hidden Rain village, is good at using powerful water escape techniques. Yu Lin's background is extremely mysterious, and his life story is unknown, but his strength is well known among ninjas. "You are Xiaomu, right?" Yu Lin stepped forward, his eyes revealing a hint of challenge. 218, a very strong opponent. Fighting spirit is ignited. "Yes, I will do my best," Xiaomu responded, and his fighting spirit was ignited in his heart. "I heard that you are good at combining water flow and ice, which is worth a try." Yu Lin smiled coldly, as if he didn't care about Xiaomu's strength. "You are not bad either, I have heard about the ability of water escape." Xiaomu frowned slightly, feeling the opponent's powerful aura. "Let's see the truth in the game." Yu Lin turned and left, leaving a challenging word. Xiaomu's fighting spirit was ignited in his heart, and then he came back to his senses and realized that today would definitely not be easy. Before the game started, Xiaomu and Xiao Feng got together again. "Do you think I have a chance to win?" Xiaomu asked, with a hint of uneasiness in his eyes. "Of course, with your strength, as long as you play hard, you will definitely be able to show your level," Xiao Feng encouraged, patting his shoulder. Xiaomu took a deep breath, and the tension in his heart gradually subsided. "Thank you, Xiao Feng. I will work hard." Xiaomu nodded. Soon after, the game officially began, and the cheers of the audience became louder. Xiaomu was called to the competition venue, facing Yu Lin, full of expectations. With the referee's order, the game began. The two ninjas quickly entered the state, and Xiaomu used water flow skills to detect Yu Lin's strength. "Water stream bullet!" Xiaomu shouted loudly, and the water flow instantly formed an arc and attacked Yu Lin. Yu Lin smiled slightly, and then used his own water escape, easily dissolving Xiaomu's attack. "It's really not simple," Xiaomu said in his heart, and at the same time accelerated the rhythm of the attack. "Water escape water blade!" Yu Lin responded, and the water flow instantly condensed into a sharp water blade and rushed towards Xiaomu. Xiaomu dodged flexibly, thinking about how to break through the opponent's defense. "I must not lose this game." Xiaomu was determined and tried to concentrate his chakra in his hands. As the battle progressed, Xiaomu realized that the opponent's strength was far superior to his, but he did not retreat. "I will never give up easily," he said silently in his heart. At this time, the audience of the game was also deeply attracted by this duel. The two ninjas kept fighting on the field, and the water flow and ice and snow intertwined, and the scene was spectacular. As time went by, Xiaomu gradually found a flaw. The combination of water flow and ice. He shouted, and instantly combined the water flow and ice and snow ingeniously to form a flowing water wall to resist Yu Lin's attack. Good job! Xiao Feng shouted excitedly on the sidelines, his eyes full of confidence. As the battle deepened, Xiao Mu's skills gradually showed their excellence, and Yu Lin's attack began to be affected. You have great potential. Yu Lin showed a hint of surprise on his face, but then regained his composure and continued to attack. This is my chance. Xiao Mu was excited and tried to concentrate all his chakra. He prepared to make the final blow, determined to show his strength in this challenge. The game continued, the cheers of the audience resounded throughout the venue, and Xiao Mu's figure became more determined and brave in the sun. The morning sun shone through the curtains into Xiao Mu's room, bringing a touch of warmth. Xiao Mu slowly opened his eyes and recalled yesterday's challenge in his mind. Although he failed to win, his heart was full of expectations and hopes for the future. This time the opponent is really strong, I need to work harder. Xiao Mu said to himself, and his fighting spirit ignited in his heart. 219. Ask for advice with an open mind. Techniques of element fusion. After a day's rest, Xiao Mu decided to start a new training. He walked out of the house, breathing the fresh air, and was in a good mood. The people in the village were busy, and the ninjas were communicating with each other, and the atmosphere was lively. Xiao Mu walked to the training ground, where several ninjas were warming up. Just as he was about to start training, he met his good friend Zioxiu. Zioxiu is an excellent water-style ninja with a gentle personality and is always willing to help others. Good morning, Xiao Mu. You did a great job yesterday. Zioxiu said with a smile, her eyes full of praise. Thank you. I think there are still many areas that need improvement. Xiao Mu responded, feeling warm in his heart. I can train with you and help you improve your water flow skills. Zioxiu suggested. Great. I just need a partner. Xiao Mu nodded. So, the two began training. Zioxiu showed her water flow control skills, and her light figure combined with the water flow, as if dancing. Xiao Mu observed carefully and learned secretly in his heart. The key to water flow skills lies in the control of chakra. Zioxiu said in a serious tone. I understand, I will try my best to do it. Xiao Mu nodded vigorously, determined to improve his ability. During the training, the two kept exchanging ideas, and Xiao Mu's water flow skills gradually improved. As the training deepened, Xiao Mu's mentality became more determined. I must become stronger, not only for myself, but also for the future of the village. He thought silently in his heart. After the training, Xiaomu and Zioxiu sat under the shade of a tree to rest and shared their training experiences with each other. If I have the chance, I hope to go to more places and see different ninjas. Natsuki sighed with longing in his eyes. Me too, I heard that some villages have very unique ninja skills. Zioxiu agreed, with the light of dream shining in her eyes. At this moment, a new face walked into the training ground. It was a burly ninja, wearing a dark blue ninja uniform, with a huge sword hanging on his shoulder. His name is Rock God, he comes from Stone Village and is famous for his powerful earth escape skills. Are you training? Yan Shen walked closer and glanced at the two of them with a faint smile on his face. Yes, we are improving our water flow skills. Xiao Mu replied, with curiosity in his eyes. The water flow skills are good, but if you want to go further, you need to master more combinations of elements. Yan Shen said, with a calm tone of experience. Elemental combination? Can you teach us? Zioxiu's eyes flashed with anticipation. Yunshen nodded and immediately began to explain the basic theory of elements. The combination of water and earth can form soil, and the combination of water and fire can produce steam. Iwagami explained, and his knowledge amazed both Natsuki and Zioxiu. If you want to master the combination of elements, you must first understand their respective characteristics. Iwagami continued to explain, his eyes showing his love for ninjutsu. Thank you, Iwagami. I think this is very helpful to me. Xiaomyu said gratefully, his heart full of desire for new knowledge. In the following days, Natsuki, Iwagami, and Zyoksu trained together and tried different elemental combination armies. Iwagami's guidance gave Natsuki a deeper understanding of the elements, and he began to feel the wonder of chakra flow. 220, Ninjutsu development continues. Keep getting stronger. I want to try the combination of water and fire. Xiaomyu said confidently. This is a bold attempt, but you must be careful to control the chakra. Rock God reminded. Natsuki took a deep breath and concentrated chakra in his hands. As his mind concentrated, the elements of water flow and fire gradually merged in his hands. Water and fire, steam formed. He shouted, and a ball of steaming steam condensed in his hand. Well done, Natsuki. Keep up the good work. Iwagami said approvingly. After a period of training, Xiaomyu's element combining skills have become increasingly mature. He gradually realized 490 that the fusion between elements is not just a simple combination of chakra, but also the understanding and control of the laws of nature. One morning, Xiaomyu came to the training ground again, full of expectations. He wanted to show the results of his training during this period. Today I want to challenge myself and try more difficult techniques. Xiaomyu thought silently in his heart, with a determined light shining in his eyes. After the training began, he first used the water flow technique, and then quickly switched to flames. The combination of water and fire. He shouted, the chakra in his hands flowing rapidly. With an explosion, steam spread out in all directions, and a satisfied smile appeared on Xiaomyu's face. Awesome, Xiaomu! You have mastered it! Zyoksu cheered from the side, with pride shining in her eyes. Thank you for your support, I will continue to work hard. Xiaomyu felt extremely pleased, and more motivation surged in his heart. As time goes by, Xiaomyu's strength gradually improves, and his self-confidence continues to grow. At the end of every training session, he would feel an unprecedented sense of accomplishment. I will definitely show a better version of myself in the next challenge. Xiaomyu secretly swore in his heart. This summer, Natsuki not only improved her skills, but also made new friends and deepened her bond with Zyoksu. On the road to pursuing strength, Natsuki's growth and transformation will continue, and his story will continue to write new chapters. When Xiaomyu woke up in the morning, the sun shone on his face through the curtains, making him warm and comfortable. He sat up from the bed, recalling the training of the past few days, and felt a burst of excitement in his heart. We must continue to work hard today. He encouraged himself, quickly put on his ninja uniform and walked out of the house. The air in the village is fresh and the morning breeze blows on your face, giving people an extremely comfortable feeling. Natsuki decided to go to the training ground, where he and his partners competed. As soon as he walked to the training ground, he saw Zyoksu already warming up. Zyoksu is a ninja who is good at water escape, with excellent skills and gentle personality. Good morning, Xiaomyu. Are you ready for your training? Zyoksu waved to him with a sweet smile on her face. Good morning. I can't wait. Xiaomyu replied, full of enthusiasm. I want to try some new tactics today. Zyoksu said, with a twinkle in her eye. I heard that a new tactical combination is very popular recently. We can practice together. Okay, that sounds interesting. Xiaomyu nodded. The two began training, with Zyoksu demonstrating her water flow skills, and then showing how to combine with wind to create a powerful waterspout. The combination of wind and water can create stronger attack power. Zyoksu explained with a firm gaze. 221. Find your shortcomings and become stronger. Xiaomyu observed carefully, constantly thinking about how to integrate these techniques into his own life. His own fighting style. "Let me try," he said, then concentrated his chakra and imitated Xiaoxiu's movements. As the chakra flowed, the water began to gather around him, but it seemed not stable enough. "You need to relax your mind and find the balance between the elements," Xiaoxiu encouraged, her voice gentle and firm. Xiaomu took a deep breath, tried to adjust his mind, and tried to integrate the power of water and wind. Suddenly, a weak stream of water formed in his hand, and gradually took shape with the rotation of the wind. "Great! Keep it up!" Xiaoxiu cheered him on the side, her eyes full of expectations. After several attempts, Xiaomu finally mastered the technique, and a bright smile appeared on his face. "Thank you, Xiaoxiu. Your guidance is really great," he said gratefully. Just as the two were immersed in the joy of training, a figure came to the training ground. This is a new ninja named Yuncheng, from the Thunder Village. Yuncheng is a tall and strong ninja with short silver hair and a sharp look in his eyes. "Are you training?" Yuncheng approached, his eyes swept over the two of them, with a faint smile on his face. "Yes, we are practicing the combination of water and wind," Xiaomu answered confidently. "It sounds interesting, I want to see your skills," Yuncheng said, with a hint of challenge in his tone. "Of course. You can try it too," Xiao Shui invited with a smile, looking very friendly. Yuncheng nodded, and then began to show his lightning escape skills, gathering flashing lightning in his hands. This is the combination of thunder and wind, which can create a powerful attack power. He explained, his movements were smooth and powerful. Xiaomu and Xiao Shui watched intently, secretly admiring in their hearts. Sure enough, they are ninjas from the Thunder Village, and they are really powerful. Xiaomu praised sincerely. After the training, Yuncheng smiled and said to them, "Your combination of water and wind is also very good, I want to compete with you." "Okay. I'm looking forward to it," Xiaomu responded, full of fighting spirit. The training began, and the three took turns to challenge, and the atmosphere was relaxed and happy. Request flowers. Xiaomu used the combination of water and wind that he had just mastered to try to force his opponent into trouble. "Look at my water attack!" he shouted, and the water in his hand quickly spun, forming a vortex and attacking Yuncheng. Yuncheng reacted quickly, lightning burst out, forming a lightning defense, and easily resolved the attack. "Not bad, but not fast enough." Yuncheng's voice was encouraging. "I will try hard," Xiaomu replied, unwilling to be outdone. As time went by, the competition between the three became more intense, and their skills were constantly improving. After the training, Xiaomu, Xiao Shui, and Yuncheng sat under the shade of the trees in the training ground, sharing their experiences and insights in training. "Today's training made me realize that I still have a lot of room for improvement," Xiaomu sighed, with a firm determination in his eyes. "Me too, especially in water flow skills," Xiao Shui echoed, with trust in each other in her tone. Yuncheng smiled and said, "Everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses. The key is to be good at discovering and improving them." Chew on. 222, pursue higher goals. Face more challenges side by side. It sounds reasonable. I will remember it. Xiaomu nodded and praised, with a vision of the future in his heart. With this encounter, Xiaomu and Yuncheng gradually became good friends. In the following days, they trained and exchanged ideas together, encouraged each other, and grew together. Xiaomu realized that friendship is not only an emotional bond, but also a source of strength. He understood that it was this friendship that made them 490 more determined on the road of ninja. The road ahead is still long, and I will continue to fight for the future of the village. Xiaomu swore silently in his heart. With the deepening of training, Xiaomu's strength continued to improve, and his self-confidence in battle became more and more firm. Every exchange with his partners is a new growth. In the days to come, Xiaomu will continue to pursue higher goals and meet more challenges and adventures with his partners. The morning sun shone through the leaves onto the training ground, and Xiaomu was in a particularly good mood. After a few days of training, he had mastered the combination of water and wind. Xiaoxiu and Yunchench were also making progress, and the three of them were constantly improving their ninjutsu skills. Xiaomu felt the power of unity during the training, and a warm feeling welled up in his heart. Are we going to continue practicing new skills today? Xiaoxiu asked Xiaomu while warming up. Of course, I want to try more complex tactics. Xiaomu replied. Just then, a figure came from the other side of the training ground. This was a thin boy named Yuying, with black hair like ink and deep and mysterious eyes. Are you training here? Yuying's voice was low and calm, with a sense of distance. Yes, we are practicing new ninjutsu. Xiaomu responded friendly, hoping to get closer to this new partner. Phantom nodded, seemingly not very interested in their training. You should know that there is a ninja exam coming soon. Phantom suddenly said. Exam? Xiaoxiu asked curiously, what kind of exam is it? This is a comprehensive test of ninja ability. Only by passing can you get higher recognition. Phantom explained with a firm look. Xiaomu felt a sense of urgency, and he knew this was a good opportunity to improve himself. Do we have to participate too? He asked impatiently. Of course, all young ninjas must participate. Phantom replied, with a spark of challenge in his eyes. Then we must prepare well. Xiaomu said, with fighting spirit surging in his heart. I will help you, but this is not a simple training. Phantom analyzed calmly, everyone's strength will be considered in all aspects. No problem, we will definitely go all out. Xiaoxiu said confidently. In the next few days, the three began an intense training plan, and Phantom's joining made the training more rigorous. Phantom 4.4 was extremely strict with them, and every practice was perfect. To win the exam, psychological quality is also very important. He often reminded, his tone full of expectation. Xiaomu, Yuncheng, and Xiao Shui gradually adapted to this high-intensity rhythm in constant training. We need to support each other. Xiaomu said during a training session, with a tenacious look on his face. 223, Wonderful cooperation. The day of the exam is coming. I will do my best to help you. Although Yu Ying's voice was cold, there was a trace of trust and warmth in it. As the training deepened, Xiaomu discovered that Yu Ying seemed to have an unknown background. One day, he couldn't help asking, why did you choose to join us? I noticed that you are always alone. Yu Ying was slightly stunned, and a trace of complex emotions flashed in his eyes. I used to be a lonely ninja, striving for power, but often felt confused. He said slowly, his voice low and sincere, until I met you, I discovered the meaning of the team. 15. The power of the team is indeed important. Xiao Shui nodded in agreement, with a warm light flashing in her eyes. The training days passed in a flash, and the day of the exam finally arrived. Many young ninjas gathered in the village square, and the atmosphere was tense and exciting. Xiaomu, Yuncheng, and Xiao Shui stood together at the registration office, full of expectations and anxiety. No matter what, we must cheer for each other. Xiaomu encouraged, with a firm look. After the registration, all contestants were taken to a large examination room surrounded by various obstacles and challenges. This exam is divided into 3 stages, and each stage will test your different abilities. An examiner explained in front. First is the test of combat ability, followed by teamwork, and finally psychological quality. The examiner's voice was loud and powerful. Xiaomu secretly made up his mind that he would go all out in this exam and show his strength. I will go all out and never let anyone down. He said silently in his heart, with a firm look in his eyes. The first round of assessment began, and the contestants were divided into multiple groups to fight. Xiaomu and Xiao Shui were assigned to one group, while Yuncheng was on the other side. We must maintain tacit understanding and cooperate with each other, Xiaomu said, staring at the opponent in front of him. Xiao Shui nodded, with a firm light in her eyes. The opponent was a pair of ninjas from the Fire Village, who were good at fire escape and physical skills. This will be a fierce battle. Xiaomu took a deep breath and prepared to meet the challenge. The battle began, and Xiaomu and Xiao Shui quickly launched an offensive. Water attack. Xiaomu quickly performed water escape ninjutsu to try to restrict the opponent's actions. Xiao Shui used the power of the wind and the vortex formed by the water flow to quickly approach the enemy. Although the opponent was strong, he gradually fell into a passive position under the tacit cooperation of the two. We must seize the opportunity. Xiao Shui analyzed calmly, with a gleam of wisdom in her eyes. Just then, the opponent released a powerful fire attack and tried to counterattack. Be careful, get out of the way, Xiaomu shouted, feeling nervous. At the critical moment, Xiao Shui performed 490 water escape in time to form a water curtain to resist the flames. What a wonderful cooperation! Xiaomu felt excited and full of trust in Xiaoxiu. This is just the beginning, what comes next is more important. Xiaoxiu responded with a smile, her eyes firm. After a fierce battle, Xiaomu and Xiaoxiu finally won. They hugged each other in the examination room to celebrate this victory. We did it! Xiaomu cheered. The first round of assessment ended smoothly, and the next assessment will be more difficult. Xiaomu realized that the power of the team is his most solid backing. 224. Since we are here, let's train together. No matter what, we will work together to meet the next round of challenges, he said, full of faith. At dawn, there was a fresh breath in the air of the training ground. Xiaomu sat on a bench in the training ground, playing with a small stone in his hand. He did not start training, but his eyes wandered and his thoughts drifted. No training today, let's do something interesting. Xiaomu raised a naughty smile at the corner of his mouth. Just here at this time, Xiaoxiu and Yuncheng came over. Xiaomu, what bad idea are you thinking of again? Xiaoxiu saw Xiaomu's thoughts at a glance, half helpless and half curious. I plan to give Yu Ying a surprise, Xiaomu whispered, with a mischievous light in his eyes. But he is a very calm person, what if he is scared? Yuncheng shook his head, seemingly disagreeing. It is precisely because he is calm that it is more interesting. Xiaomu was excited and had already begun to conceive his plan. After some discussion, Xiaomu decided to bury a small trap in a hidden place in the training ground, and let Yu Ying experience a surprise when he arrived. Xiaomu began to get busy, looking for branches, grass, and even prepared some small stones. That's it, he said to himself, full of pride in his heart. Soon after, Yu Ying arrived as promised, and as soon as he entered the training ground, he was attracted by the trap hidden by Xiaomu. What is this? Yu Ying frowned and looked around. Nothing, just a little thing. Xiaomu pretended to be relaxed, trying to hide his nervousness. The shadow hesitated for a moment and continued to move forward. Just as he passed the trap, Xiaomu was ecstatic and finally pressed the hidden mechanism. Click! A sound rang out, and the small stone hidden in the bushes bounced up instantly and flew towards the shadow like a cannonball. The shadow looked back and saw the flying stone, and a trace of surprise flashed in his eyes. Get out of the way! He reacted quickly and dodged the attacking stone sideways. Xiaomu laughed so hard that he fell backwards. It's so fun. I didn't expect you to react so quickly. The shadow turned around, his face full of helplessness and confusion. What are you doing? I just want you to relax. Xiaomu grinned, thinking that his plan was very successful. This is not a way to relax. There was a hint of helplessness in the shadow's tone. But seeing that you are so tense, you really need to relax. Xiaomu was still in high spirits, and seemed to not care about the shadow's reaction at all. At this moment, Xiaoxiu and Yunchinj came over. Xiaomu, you are making trouble again. Xiaoxiu covered her forehead with a helpless expression. I just want to add some fun. Xiaomu said confidently. But this will affect everyone's training. Yunchinj frowned, obviously disapproving of Xiaomu's approach. It doesn't matter, Yu Ying reacts so quickly, Manyos, proves that he is also very powerful. Xiaomu said with a smile, not feeling that he was wrong at all. Yu Ying shook his head helplessly, as if infected by Xiaomu's enthusiasm. Since you are all here, let's train together. He finally decided to participate in their activities. As the training progressed, Xiaomu's mischief did not stop. From time to time, he threw small stones at Yu Ying, or deliberately created small troubles during training to liven up the atmosphere. 225. Super Physical Skills. Get more power. You are such a trouble. Yu Ying finally couldn't help but said, but there was a hint of smile in his tone. This is my greatest pleasure. Xiaomu was full of pride, and secretly happy in his heart. After the training, Xiaomu sat on the bench, full of fatigue and satisfaction. You are really naughty today. Xiaoxiu smiled and shook her head. But everyone is happy. Xiaomu smiled slightly, and felt that this day of mischief was worth it. At this time, Yu Ying came over, still with a helpless smile on his face. Although you are very naughty, it also makes everyone relax a lot. There was a hint of recognition in his tone. That's enough. Xiaomu looked confident, as if he had seen the infinite possibilities of the future. 507 In the following days, Xiaomu continued his mischief. He not only made the training easier, but also made his teammates feel the warmth of friendship. Perhaps, mischief is also a kind of ninja charm. Xiaomu muttered in his heart, with a smile on his face. He believed that it was these little episodes that made their team closer. Next time I will come up with a better idea. Xiaomu said confidently, secretly looking forward to the next surprise. This day, although just an ordinary day, left unforgettable memories in the mischief. Xiaomu knew that as a ninja, in addition to strength, the optimism and enthusiasm in his heart were equally important. He hoped that no matter how difficult the future road would be, he could keep this happiness and continue to move forward with his partners. The early summer sun shone through the leaves and fell on the training ground. Xiaomu was discussing the next training plan with his partners. I think we should try new tactics and combine our advantages. Xiaomu said. His friend Xiao Shui smiled and responded, but our current tactics are already very effective. That's right, but if we don't try new methods, we can't go any further. Xiaomu insisted, and the flame of desire for challenge in his heart was burning. At this time, a figure came over. It was the newly joined ninja named Tianming. Tianming was a taciturn boy, tall, with a hint of determination in his eyes. He came from a family famous for its powerful physical skills, with an excellent body quality and sharp combat instinct. What are you discussing? Tianming asked in a low but powerful voice. We are planning new training content and want to go further. Xiaomu turned around and showed a warm smile. Can I join? Tianming's eyes were firm, as if challenging Xiaomu. Of course. We need your strength. Xiaomu's enthusiasm infected others, and they nodded in agreement. Very good. Tianming's mouth corners slightly raised, and he seemed to be interested in this small team. In the next few days, Xiaomu and his partners began to conduct intensive training. Xiaomu decided to combine Tianming's physical skills with their tactics. Tianming, can you teach us some of your family's physical skills? Xiaomu asked. The core of physical skills lies in strength and speed. Tianming said seriously, I can teach you some basic moves. So, physical skills practice began on the training ground. Xiaomu's flexibility and Tianming's strength formed a sharp contrast. Xiaomu, you need more strength to support your speed. Tianming carefully observed Xiaomu's movements and made suggestions. 226. The meaning of challenge. Fight without holding back. I will try my best. Xiaomu was not discouraged and put more energy into physical training. After several days of high-intensity training, Xiaomu gradually adapted to the new way. How does it feel? Xiao Shui observed from the side and asked with concern. I think my strength and reaction speed have improved. Xiaomu was full of confidence and even a little proud. You have indeed made progress. Tianming nodded, with a flash of praise in his eyes. However, as the training deepened, Xiaomu began to feel some pressure. Tianming, your standards are too high, I can't keep up. Xiaomu was a little frustrated. This is the meaning of challenge. Tianming said lightly, you can only grow under pressure. Xiaomu took a deep breath and decided not to give up. In the following training, he constantly challenged his limits, often falling but always standing up. Every fall is a new revelation. I can do it. Xiaomu kept motivating himself. Finally, on a sunny afternoon, Xiaomu and his partners decided to have a simulated battle. This time we will cooperate with the strength of the team. Xiaomu said, his tone full of expectation. I will be responsible for the attack, Tianming, you are responsible for protecting Xiaoxiu. Yun Chang assigned tasks, and the atmosphere became tense. The battle began. Xiaomu rushed to his opponent quickly, his flexible posture was like the wind. Every attack of his was full of power, accompanied by the results of his training in recent days. Good job, Xiaomu. Xiaoxiu cheered on the side, with a proud smile on her face. However, an accident occurred in the battle. Tianming was attacked by the opponent while defending and was about to be hit. Tianming, get out of the way. Xiaomu shouted and responded immediately. He quickly changed direction and used his speed to rush towards Tianming, trying to keep a distance. At this critical moment, Xiaomu's body rotated in the air and accurately blocked the attack. Hey! Xiaomu landed steadily on the ground, secretly relieved. You did it! Tianming turned his head, his eyes showing surprise and recognition. This is all thanks to everyone. Xiaomu smiled slightly, feeling a sense of accomplishment. After the battle, the partners gathered together to encourage and praise each other. Xiaomu, you have really become stronger. Xiao Shui said with emotion. Thank you for your support. Xiaomu smiled slightly, feeling the power of the team. In this process, he not only improved his own strength, but also established a deeper bond with his partners. 0. We will grow together in the future. Xiaomu said, igniting a new passion in his heart. He knew that the road ahead was still full of challenges, but he was ready to meet everything. As Tianming said, the meaning of challenge lies in growth. Let's work together to become stronger ninjas. Xiaomu's voice echoed in the training ground, inspiring everyone. The early summer sun shines on the training ground, and the air is filled with a fresh breath. Xiaomu came here early in the morning to prepare for daily training. After several days of hard work, his physical fitness and combat skills have improved significantly. Today's goal is to use physical skills more skillfully. Xiaomu said to himself, full of fighting spirit. 227, let's have another actual combat exercise. Before training, Xiaomu decided to do some warm-up exercises first. As his body gradually entered the state, his mind began to wander. Recalling the recent simulated battle, Xiaomu realized the importance of teamwork. If you want to win, you can rely on more than just personal strength. He frowned slightly, his heart full of thoughts. At this time, a new face appeared on the training ground. It was a female 507 ninja named Xiaolu. Xiaolu has a slender figure, fair skin, and long silver hair fluttering in the wind. Her family is famous for water ninjutsu and has unique water escape skills. Hello, I'm Xiaolu. She smiled and introduced herself confidently and gently. I'm Xiaomu, welcome to join. Xiaomu smiled, feeling a little bit of anticipation in his heart. Xiaolu's arrival made Xiaomu feel a fresh breath. What do you think of fighting? Xiaomu asked curiously. I think flexible tactical coordination and teamwork are the key to victory. Xiaolu replied, with a firm light in her eyes. This made Xiaomu more impressed with her. We just need a partner who is good at water ninjutsu. Xiaomu said. In the following days, Xiaolu gradually integrated into the team, and everyone trained and communicated together. Every morning, they would gather at the training ground for high-intensity physical training and combat drills. Xiaolu relied on the advantages of water escape ninjutsu to help the team improve tactics. Xiaomu, you can try to add water escape elements when attacking. Xiaolu suggested. That's a really good idea. Xiaomu's eyes lit up and he immediately started to try. During training, he constantly adjusted his attack methods and learned how to combine water escape with physical skills. After a few days of running in, the team's cooperation gradually became tacit. At this time, Xiaomu realized that although their strengths were different, it was this difference that made their cooperation more abundant. Xiaolu, let's do a real-life exercise today. Xiaomu suggested. Okay, I'll try my best to match your rhythm. Xiaolu nodded seriously. They began to simulate the enemy and fight. Xiaomu quickly rushed forward, trying to attract the enemy's attention, while Xiaolu prepared to release the water escape skill in the back. Water escape, water dragon bullet. Xiaolu's voice sounded, and the water flow turned into a giant dragon and rushed towards the enemy. This move was unstoppable and instantly knocked down the simulated enemy. Too awesome! Xiaomu cheered. We cooperated very well. Xiaolu smiled slightly, with a blush on her face. After several actual combat drills, Xiaomu and Xiaolu's tacit understanding continued to improve. After the training, Xiaomu and his partners gathered together to share their feelings. During this period, I feel that my strength is growing. Xiaomu said with emotion. Yes, the days we are together are really fulfilling. Xiao Shui agreed. This is the power of teamwork. Xiaolu 4.4 smiled slightly, with a gleam in her eyes. However, just as they were enjoying the joy of unity, an unexpected challenge came. A rumored hostile ninja group quietly appeared and planned to attack their village. We must prepare for defense immediately. Xiaomu said. The partners quickly gathered and discussed the response strategy. 228, together with the partners, meet this test. I will be responsible for vigilance, and others will be ready. Xiaomu arranged. If the enemy attacks, I will use water escape to protect everyone. Xiaolu said seriously. We must work together and never let them succeed. Yun Cheng encouraged. The training ground became a temporary command center, and a tense atmosphere spread in the air. Xiaomu took a deep breath and decided not to let fear take over his heart. No matter what happens, we will stick together. He declared loudly to cheer up his partners. With the upcoming tense battle, a strong belief rose in Xiaomu's heart. It is our responsibility to protect the village. He swore secretly. 15. An unprecedented challenge is about to unfold. Xiaomu and his partners are preparing to meet this test. The sun shines through the treetops on the training ground, and Xiaomu is conducting basic morning training. During this period of time, he has been constantly strengthening his ninjutsu and taijutsu. The hardships of training made him more resilient, and his faith in his heart became more firm. After unremitting efforts, Xiaomu gradually felt that his strength was steadily improving. Today's goal is to strengthen teamwork. He thought, ready to meet the next challenge. Suddenly, a brisk footsteps interrupted his thoughts. A young ninja came over, her name was Lingyu. Lingyu was a lively girl with short purple hair and a determined look in her eyes. She came from a family that was good at wind ninjutsu, and was good at using the power of wind to fight and explore. "Good morning, Xiaomu. Shall we train together today?" Lingyu asked. "Of course, it just so happens that I want to enhance the tacit understanding of the team." Xiaomu responded with a smile. Lingyu nodded, and the two began to discuss today's training plan. "I think we can try to combine wind ninjutsu in battle," Lingyu suggested. "Good idea. You can be responsible for attacking, and I will provide support." Xiaomu agreed. The two quickly entered the training state and prepared to start actual combat exercises. During the training, Lingyu released a rotating wind blade, and Xiaomu used the physical skills he mastered to block. "Very good. This will make the cooperation smoother," Ayatsuki encouraged, with a smile on her face. After a period of training, the cooperation between the two became more and more tacit. "You are an excellent partner, Ayatsuki," Xiaomu praised sincerely. "Thank you, your fighting style is also very good," Ayatsuki replied response, with a gleam of trust in his eyes. Just as they were immersed in the fun of training, there was a sudden sound of hurried footsteps. An older ninja named Lan Tao arrived breathlessly. Lan Tao is a tactical expert in the team and has made great achievements in many battles. "Xiaomu, Lingyu, listen to me." 507 Lan Tao looked serious. "The enemy is approaching the village, we must act immediately." Xiaomu's heart tightened, realizing the seriousness of the matter. "What should we do?" he asked immediately, quickly thinking of a response plan in his mind. "We need to gather all ninjas and prepare for defense. Lingyu, you are responsible for aerial reconnaissance, Xiaomu, you are responsible for ground support," Lan Tao instructed. "Got it." The two responded in unison. A rapid and orderly action began to unfold, and Xiaomu and Lingyu ran to the gathering place together. On the way to the gathering place, Xiaomu felt the weight of responsibility. 229, more Chuninjutsu is needed. Improve your strength. We must protect the village. He swore in his heart, unwavering. At the gathering place, all the ninjas gathered together. "Listen everyone, we are facing an unprecedented challenge, and the enemy is about to attack," Lan Tao said seriously. "We must unite and give full play to everyone's advantages," he continued. Xiaomu looked around and found that every ninja's eyes were shining with firm belief. "The power of unity will be our strongest weapon." He was excited and realized the significance of the team. "I will be responsible for aerial reconnaissance and report the enemy situation at any time," Lingyu said. "I will guard every corner of the village." Xiaomu followed, his voice was unyielding. With the clarification of their respective division of labor, everyone returned to their respective posts and prepared to meet the challenge. Time passed in a tense atmosphere, and the enemy was about to arrive. Xiaomu stood at the edge of the training ground. His eyes were like torches, and he carefully observed the movements around him. Soon after, the enemy's figure appeared in the distance. "The enemy is coming. Everyone be careful!" Lingyu shouted loudly in the air and quickly reported the intelligence. "Prepare for battle!" Xiaomu shouted, and his fighting spirit was rekindled. The enemy was huge in number, but Xiaomu and his companions were not afraid and quickly prepared for battle. The battle began, and Xiaomu rushed to the enemy first. He used physical skills to flexibly shuttle between the enemies. "Watch out!" he shouted and attacked the enemy's vital points. With a powerful blow, the enemy fell down. However, the enemy also began to fight back, and several enemy ninjas appeared beside Xiaomu. "Be careful!" He was alert and quickly adjusted his battle strategy. At this moment, Lingyu sent a strong wind blade from the air, hitting the enemy's rear. "Xiaomu, take the opportunity to attack," Lingyu reminded loudly. "Understood." Xiaomu took the opportunity to charge at the enemy and quickly solved the enemy in front of him. As time went on, the team's cooperation became more tacit, and the enemy was gradually suppressed. Xiaomu knew that it was the power of the team that allowed them to find hope of survival in the crisis. "Come on, everyone! Never relax!" Lan Tao shouted in the team, inspiring everyone's fighting spirit. Finally, after a hard fight, the enemies were repelled one by one. Xiaomu and his partners smiled at each other, and the fatigue in their hearts was diluted by the joy of victory. "We did it!" Ling Yu said, with a gleam in her eyes. "Yes, this is the result of everyone's joint efforts," Xiaomu responded. After this challenge, Xiaomu realized that the power of unity cannot be defeated by any difficulties. In the days to come, he will continue to move towards higher goals with his partners. Xiaomu sat on the grass in the training ground, the sun shone on him, warm and comfortable. These days, the village has returned to peace, and the ninjas are all doing daily training. After the last battle, Xiaomu felt his growth in the battle. He decided to go a step further and improve his strength to meet possible challenges in the future. "I need better ninjutsu," he muttered in his heart, thinking carefully about the next stage of the plan. At this time, Ling Yu came over with an excited smile on her face. "Xiaomu, I have an idea," she said excitedly, her voice full of enthusiasm. 230, Super Strong Comprehension Ability. "What idea?" Xiaomu asked curiously. "We can go find the old ninja. He is practicing in the forest outside the village. I heard that he has unique ninjutsu," Ling Yu explained. "The old ninja's name is Kang Song. He is an experienced ninja who has made great achievements in many battles. Although he is old, his attainments in ninjutsu are unmatched." "This is a good idea." Xiaomu nodded, with a gleam in his eyes. "We should go find him as soon as possible," Ling Yu suggested, her eyes full of expectations. The two quickly prepared the necessary items and embarked on a journey to find Kang Song. Walking on the path in the forest, Xiaomu felt the tranquility around him, and heard the cheerful chirping of birds. "What do you think Kang Song will teach us?" Ling Yu asked as he walked. "I think it might be some practical combat ninjutsu," Xiaomu responded, full of expectations. After a period of trekking, they finally arrived at the training site of Kang Song. Kang Song was meditating quietly, exuding a faint breath. "Excuse me, Kang Song," Xiaomu said respectfully, his eyes full of admiration. Kang Song slowly opened his eyes were like torches, as if he could see through everything. "You are here." Kang Song smiled slightly, his tone was kind. "We hope to learn ninjutsu from you," Ling Yu pleaded, with desire in her eyes. "Learning ninjutsu requires hard work." Kang Song said slowly, "Are you ready?" "Ready," Xiaomu replied, with a desire for power surging in his heart. Kang Song nodded and motioned them to follow him. "Follow me, I will teach you a unique ninjutsu." Kang Song began to guide them. With Kang Song's guidance, Xiaomu and Ling Yu entered a new state of learning. They learned a ninjutsu called Shadow Escape, which can create multiple images to confuse the enemy in battle. Xiaomu focused on imitating Kang Song's movements, trying to understand the mystery. Every time he successfully created an image, he felt excited. "Very good, Xiaomu, you have a strong ability to comprehend," Kang Song praised, with a look of satisfaction in his eyes. After several days of hard training, Xiaomu and Ling Yu's shadow escape ninjutsu gradually matured. "Now we can practice in actual combat," Kang Song announced. Xiaomu and Ling Yu smiled at each other, full of confidence. In actual combat, Xiaomu used the advantages of shadow escape to easily confuse his opponent. He can quickly switch positions in battle, making it difficult for the enemy to figure out. "Great, Xiaomu!" Ling Yu cheered beside him, with a gleam of appreciation in his eyes. After several rounds of drills, the tacit understanding between the two has improved. Kang Song watched quietly from the side, feeling gratified by their progress. You all performed well, but remember that the power of ninjutsu lies not only in skills, but also in the belief in your heart. Kang Song said. Xiao Mu and Ling Yu nodded seriously and kept it in mind. Under the guidance of Kang Song, they continued to improve their abilities. A week later, Kang Song nodded with satisfaction, indicating that they had the ability to use shadow release independently. You can return to the village and use the ninjutsu you have learned. Kang Song warned. Thank you, Kang Song. We will make good use of these ninjutsu. Xiao Mu was full of gratitude. After returning to the village, Xiao Mu's heart ignited a new goal. 231, Wonderful Minerals. Good things to relieve fatigue. I want to take part in the next ninja exam and show my growth. He told Ling Yu. This is a good idea. Let's work hard together. Ling Yu responded. In the following days, Xiao Mu and Ling Yu continued to train and consolidate the use of shadow release. Xiao Mu broke through himself in practice every day and felt his own changes. He realized that growth is not only about improving strength, but also about unity with partners. One day, Xiao Mu and Ling Yu competed again on the training ground. Come on, I want to try your shadow release. Ling Yu challenged with a smile. I will let you see my progress. Xiao Mu was full of confidence. The two had a fierce confrontation on the training ground, and their cooperation became more and more tacit. With each fight, their fighting awareness continued to improve. Every confrontation made Xiao Mu understand the meaning of ninja more deeply. Soon after, the day of the ninja exam was quietly approaching. Xiao Mu's heart was full of expectations and tension. He knew that this was not only a contest of strength, but also a test of mentality. No matter what the result is, I will try my best. He made up his mind secretly. Xiao Mu believed that he would usher in new challenges and opportunities. After several days of intense training, Xiao Mu was exhausted physically and mentally. As the ninja exam was approaching, his friend Ling Yu suggested going to a hot spring. Let's go relax, Xiao Mu. Ling Yu said. Hot spring? It sounds good. Xiao Mu nodded in agreement. The two went to a hot spring outside the village, where many legends about healing and relaxation were circulated. They laughed and talked all the way, enjoying a rare relaxing time. When they reached the entrance of the hot spring, Xiao Mu was attracted by the scene in front of him. The hot spring is surrounded by lush trees and steam, like a fairyland. It's so beautiful! Xiao Mu exclaimed, with an expectant look on his face. The manager of the hot spring is a young woman named Xiaoxiu, who is gentle and kind with a warm smile. Xiaoxiu greeted them warmly and introduced the characteristics of the hot spring. The hot spring here is rich in minerals and can relieve fatigue. Xiaoxiu said, with pride in the hot spring in her eyes. Led by Xiaoxiu, Xiao Mu and Ling Yu put on hot spring bathrobes and walked towards the hot spring pool. Please give flowers. This water looks so tempting. Ling Yu said, and couldn't wait to jump into the water. Xiao Mu followed her, and his whole body was instantly surrounded by warm spring water, and his fatigue dissipated. It feels great. Xiao Mu closed his eyes and enjoyed this moment of tranquility. In the hot spring, the two began to chat recent training and challenges. You have used shadow escape very well recently. Ling Yu said appreciatively, with admiration in her eyes. Thank you, I want to go further. Xiao Mu's eyes were full of firm belief. Just then, Xiaoxiu came over and interrupted their conversation with a smile. Do you want to try the special massage in the hot spring? Xiaoxiu suggested, with a gentle light in her eyes. Massage? It sounds good. Ling Yu responded immediately. I want to try it too. Xiao Mu echoed, full of expectations. Xiaoxiu took them to a special massage room with a fragrant aroma. She prepared a gentle massage for them to relieve muscle tension. 232. No matter what kind of opponent you meet, you will never retreat. After the massage began, Xiaomyu felt that every part of his body was carefully cared for. This is so comfortable! Xiaomyu exclaimed, relaxing all over. Lingyu smiled beside him, obviously enjoying the tranquility of this moment. The hot spring is really a magical place, which makes people put down all their worries. Lingyu said softly. Xiaomyu nodded, his eyes flashing with expectations for the future. After the exam, let's do 507 again. He suggested with a smile on his face. It's settled. Lingyu responded happily, excited like a child. After a period of massage, Xiaomyu felt full of energy and vitality. Zioxu, thank you for letting us spend such a wonderful time. Xiaomyu said sincerely. As long as you are happy, this is the happiest thing for me. Zioxu responded with a smile. After soaking in the hot spring, Xiaomyu and Lingyu walked out of the hot spring, feeling happy and refreshed. The next training will definitely be more motivated. Xiaomyu said with a smile. Lingyu nodded in agreement, full of expectations for future challenges. Walking on the way back to the village, the setting sun shone on them, warm and bright. Xiaomyu, I think you will do well in the exam. Lingyu said confidently. I will do my best. Xiaomyu replied, with a firm light in his eyes. After this relaxation, Xiaomyu realized that in addition to hard training, proper relaxation is equally important. This hot spring trip not only restored his physical strength, but also made him cherish the time with his friends more. No matter what, we will face the future together. Xiaomyu said silently in his heart, with a confident smile on his face. He believed that although the road ahead was full of challenges, he would be able to meet more possibilities with his partners. Xiaomyu stood in the center of the training ground, the sun shining on his body, and the heat made him feel comfortable. Tomorrow is the ninja exam, and he is both looking forward to it and nervous. He recalled the previous days, full of sweat and persistence. Today I have to prepare well, he said to himself, adjusting his mentality. On the training ground, other ninjas were also doing the final run-in, and the atmosphere was tense and warm. Niamyu's friend Lingyu was not far away, practicing with a new ninja. The new ninja was named Lei Guang, from another village, and was good at wind escape ninjutsu. He had short black hair, a firm look in his eyes, and agile movements, like a gust of wind. Xiaomyu, you have to work hard. Lingyu looked at Xiaomyu and encouraged with a smile. I will try my best. Tomorrow, it depends on my performance. Xiaomyu responded with confidence on his face. Just then, Lei Guang came over and stretched out his hand to Xiaomyu. Hello, I am Lei Guang. I hope to compete with you in tomorrow's exam, he said friendly. Xiaomyu held Lei Guang's hand and felt a little fond of this new friend. I also hope to compete with you. I heard that your wind escape is very powerful. Xiaomyu praised. Thank you, tomorrow will be very interesting. Lei Guang 4.4 replied with a smile, with a spark of challenge in his eyes. After the training, Xiaomyu and Lingyu went to the snack stand in the village to enjoy a delicious dinner. There are many strong people in tomorrow's exam. Are you ready? Lingyu asked with concern in her tone. I will work hard. No matter what opponent I meet, I will not back down. Xiaomyu replied. 233, the moment to prove yourself. Show the strongest side. I believe in you. Lingyu patted his shoulder and encouraged him. When he returned home at night, Xiaomyu couldn't fall asleep, thinking about tomorrow's challenge. He silently recited every detail of the ninjutsu in his heart, trying to find his own rhythm. You must relax to show your best side, Xiaomyu told himself. Finally, his tired body made him fall asleep. The next morning, the sun shone into the room through the curtains. Xiaomyu woke up, took a deep breath, and felt the breath of a new day. He quickly washed up, put on a neat ninja costume, and walked out of the house. 15. Today is my time to prove myself. He silently recited in his heart. On the way to the examination venue, Xiaomu met many familiar faces, and everyone was full of expectations. The examination venue was very lively, and the ninjas gathered together. The atmosphere was tense and exciting. Hello everyone, I am the organizer of this exam. A middle-aged man in dark ninja clothes walked onto the stage. I hope you can show your strongest side in this exam. With his voice, the whole venue quieted down, and all the ninjas' eyes focused on him. The first round of the exam is a teamwork test. Please find your teammates. The middle-aged man announced. Xiaomu's heart tightened, and he looked around to find his teammates. Xiaomu, come here. Ling Yu's voice came from the side. He immediately walked towards Ling Yu, secretly glad in his heart. I knew you would be here. Ling Yu said with a smile, her eyes flashing with expectation. Not far away, Lei Guang also came over and joined their team. It seems that we will become a team. Lei Guang said with a smile. Yes, we will definitely cooperate seamlessly. Xiaomu responded, full of confidence. As the test began, the teams were assigned to different areas to carry out tasks. Xiaomu and his teammates were placed in a forest, and their task was to find hidden scrolls. We have to act separately to ensure that we can find the scrolls quickly. Ling Yu proposed a strategy. Xiaomu nodded in agreement, feeling the tacit understanding between the teams gradually forming. Remember, be careful when you encounter enemies. Lei Guang reminded, revealing caution in his eyes. In the depths of the forest, Xiaomu observed the surroundings while trying to find the trace of the scroll. He used his keen perception and gradually approached a hidden place. Just then, a hostile ninja suddenly appeared in front of him, and the atmosphere became tense instantly. Prepare for battle. Xiaomu quickly gave orders, full of fighting spirit. He used ninjutsu, turned into a shadow, and attacked the enemy. Ayatsuki and Lei Guang cooperated quickly, showing excellent teamwork. During the battle, Xiaomu felt unprecedented excitement, as if everything was born for this moment. Every time a ninjutsu was released, he became more determined to achieve his goal. I must become the strongest ninja. He shouted in his heart, looking forward to the arrival of victory. The morning sun shone through the treetops on the ground, illuminating the training ground. Xiaomu stood in the center of the field, feeling the breeze on his face, full of expectations. Since the last exam, he has trained harder, eager to improve his strength. Today's training must be more focused. He said to himself with a firm look. 234, the next battle will determine our future. At this time, Ling Yu came over with a hint of excitement. Xiaomu, I heard that the village is going to hold a new ninja competition. Are you going to participate? Ling Yu asked. Of course. I want to prove myself through this opportunity. Xiaomu replied, with fighting spirit flashing in his eyes. Me too. Let's cheer together. Ling Yu clenched her fists, full of determination. They began their daily training. Ling Yu was good at water escape, while Xiaomu preferred fire escape. The two cooperated more and more tacitly, and roars were heard from the training ground from time to time. As the training deepened, Xiaomu found that he was more proficient in fire escape. Fire escape, fireball technique. Xiaomu gathered the chuck in his hand and released a huge fireball. The fireball drew an arc in the air, hitting the target accurately, making a loud noise. Very good, Xiaomu. Your fire escape is getting stronger and stronger. Ling Yu praised. Thank you, I will keep working hard. Xiaomu smiled slightly, feeling satisfied. Just then, a strange ninja came over and attracted their attention. This ninja is called Kang Feng, from a neighboring village, outgoing, sunny and handsome. Hi, hello. My name is Kang Feng, I heard there are many powerful ninjas here. He greeted enthusiastically. Hello, Kang Feng. I'm Xiao Yu, and this is my friend Ling Yu. Xiao Yu responded, feeling fresh in his heart. I came here to participate in the upcoming competition. I heard that you are very strong. Kang Feng said. We will try our best and hope to see you in the competition. Ling Yu said with a friendly smile. I also look forward to fighting against excellent ninjas. Come on, let's train together. Kang Feng suggested. So, the three of them formed a temporary training group to improve together. Kang Feng is good at wind escape and can flexibly use the power of wind. Wind style, swift wind blade. Kang Feng waved his hand and released countless wind blades, cutting through the air and flying into the distance. Wow, so amazing! I've never seen such a fast ninjutsu. Xiao Yu exclaimed in surprise. This is just a basic skill, wait for me to show you a more powerful move. Kang Feng said confidently. As the training progressed, the friendship between the three gradually deepened. Xiao Yu and Kang Feng learned from each other and improved each other's fighting ability. There are many strong enemies in this competition, we must be prepared. Xiao Yu said seriously. That's right, there will be unexpected challenges in the competition. Ling Yu also agreed. A few days later, the day of the competition finally arrived, and ninjas from various villages gathered on the field. Xiao Yu, Ling Yu, and Kang Feng walked into the field together, feeling the tense atmosphere. This is the time for us to show our strength. Xiao Yu said excitedly. No matter what the result is, we must go all out. Ling Yu nodded. The host of the competition came on stage and announced the rules of the competition. The field was full of expecting, eyes. The first round is an individual battle, and the winner will advance. The host explained clearly. Xiao Yu and his friends encouraged each other, and their hearts were full of tension and expectation. I hope to fight against a strong enemy and challenge myself. Xiao Yu muttered in his heart, his eyes firm. The competition began, and the first battle was about to begin. Xiao Yu clenched his fists and prepared to meet the challenge. The next battle will determine our future. He thought confidently. 235, absolutely can't stop. Keep working hard. As the game progressed, Xiao Yu ushered in his first opponent, a ninja called Ying Ye. Ying Ye is good at Anbu ninjutsu, flexible, and gives people a mysterious feeling. I will do my best to defeat you. Ying Ye said calmly, with a fighting spirit in his eyes. Me too, get ready to meet my fire escape. Xiao Yu responded, full of fighting spirit. The battle began, and the two quickly started a duel. Xiao Yu flexibly used fire escape, and Ying Ye used shadows to avoid attacks. Fire style, flame whirl. Xiao Yu gathered chalk and released a rotating flame, heading straight for Ying Ye. Ying Ye flashed, dodged the flame attack, and quickly counterattacked. Shadow attack. He used the power of the shadow to head straight for Xiao Yu. The battle became fierce in an instant, and Xiao Yu concentrated all his attention on finding a chance to counterattack. I will never give up. Xiao Yu silently said in his heart and rushed forward. After a fierce battle, Xiao Yu finally won with his keen intuition and tenacious perseverance. This is just the beginning, I have to keep improving myself. He swore in his heart. As the game progressed, Xiao Yu's strength continued to increase, and he gradually adapted to the rhythm of the competition. As long as you go all out, you will definitely get the ideal result. He believed in his ability. Just as he was immersed in the joy of victory, the battle ahead, began to change again. The sun shone through the leaves and sprinkled on Xiao Yu's training ground. The spots of light seemed to be a reward for his efforts. The competitions in the past few days made him realize his shortcomings and ignited a stronger fighting spirit in his heart. I must not stop, he said to himself with a firm expression. After a fierce competition, Xiaomu won the preliminary round. However, he knew that the next opponent would be more difficult. Xiaomu, shall we continue training today? Ling Yu walked towards him, holding a kettle in her hand, with anticipation on her face. Of course. I want to improve my fire escape skills. Xiaomu nodded and then began to do warm-up exercises. Ling Yu was practicing water escape next to her, and the water flow was wrapped around her fingers, flashing a glimmer. Your water escape is getting stronger and stronger, Ling Yu. Xiaomu exclaimed, with admiration in his eyes. Thank you. I also hope you can be stronger, so that we can fight side by side. Ling Yu responded with a smile. Just then, King Feng also joined their training with a burst of vitality. How about we do something different today? King Feng suggested, looking excited. What are your plans? Xiaomu asked curiously. We can do teamwork training to enhance our tacit understanding. King Feng said seriously. Good idea. I will try my best to keep up with you. Xiaomu nodded in agreement. The three of them started a new round of training, using different tactics. Ling Yu used water escape to create cover for Xiaomu and King Feng, while Xiaomu was responsible for outputting fire escape. Fire escape fire dragon technique. He gathered chalk and sent out a huge fire dragon, rushing towards the target in the distance. Water escape water wall. Ling Yu responded quickly and used the water wall to resist the flying fire dragon, forming a vivid confrontation scene. King Feng flexibly used wind escape, using the power of wind to enhance the power of the flame. 236, wind and fire combined. Very good state. Wind escape whirlwind. He summoned a rotating wind to push the power of the fire dragon further. Great. We cooperated well. Xiaomu said, feeling a sense of accomplishment in his heart. Keep maintaining such tacit understanding, we will definitely achieve good results in the competition. Ling Yu encouraged. After a long period of training, their strength has been significantly improved, and the cooperation of the three has become more tacit. Just as they were training, a strange ninja came over. His name is Hino, from a distant ninja village, known for his speed and agility. Your training looks interesting, can I join? Hino asked with a smile, a challenge in his eyes. Of course, we just need a new partner. Xiaomu immediately welcomed. Hino showed his fast movement, easily shuttled around the training ground, which amazed Xiaomu and others. You are amazing. Your speed reminds me of the wind. Ling Yu praised. Thank you. I hope to train with you and improve my strength. Hino said. In the following training, Hino became an important member of the team, and his speed and agility made the training more efficient. We can use your speed to practice fast strikes and retreats. King Feng suggested. Okay, I'll try. Hino nodded and quickly showed his skills. He kept moving on the field, his figure seemed to flicker in the air, giving people an elusive feeling. Too fast. Xiaomu couldn't help but exclaimed, his eyes following Hino's figure. After a while during the training, they gradually adapted to Hino's rhythm, and the team's tacit understanding was constantly strengthened. Now we can conduct a real combat simulation. Ling Yu said. I will be responsible for creating the battle scene, and you need to deal with various situations. Hino suggested. Xiaomu and King Feng agreed, so they entered the real combat simulation mode. Hino was responsible for setting the scene and using speed to create chaos. Are you ready? I'm starting. Hino shouted loudly, and then quickly attacked them. Fire style, flame bullet. Xiaomu immediately counterattacked and shot a fireball accurately. However, Hino's speed made the attack clumsy, and he dodged it easily. Water style, water stream slash. Ling Yu seized the opportunity and quickly released the water stream, trying to control the situation. But Hino was still at ease, he quickly shuttled through the water stream and avoided the attack. We need better coordination. Kang Feng shouted, realizing that the current tactics were not working. I'll be responsible for the cover, you guys attack. Xiao Mu quickly proposed a new plan. The three of them divided the work tacitly. Hino was responsible for attracting the enemy's attention, while Xiao Mu and Kang Feng looked for opportunities to counterattack. Wind style, hurricane. Kang Feng used the power of the wind to increase the range of the attack. Fire style, flame blade. Xiao Mu combined flame and wind to launch a fierce attack. As time went by, the cooperation of the three gradually became smoother, and they showed amazing tacit understanding in the simulated battle. Great, our cooperation is getting smoother and smoother. Ling Yu said happily. Keep this state, there will definitely be unexpected gains in the game. Xiao Mu was full of confidence. After a few days of joint training, Xiao Mu felt that the friendship between him and his friends became deeper.